Still intact. It seems like a little close, Pete. Nobody's crashed into this thing yet. Yeah, somebody backed out or something. Oh, man. Hey. Oh, there was supposed to be 6 in there with him, okay? Hey, we didn't go to overtime.
And we welcome you to Chanute High School, the site of tonight's matchup between the visiting Independence Bulldogs and your Chanute Blue Comets. I'm Brett Shields. Caden Hayward, the night off tonight, but pleased to be joined by a familiar face if you were with us during football season. Jay McGeary back on the headset tonight with me. And Jay, should be a fun night of basketball. I couldn't think of a better guy to bring in to play against Independence.
Of course you couldn't.
I had a couple options, and I kept thinking about it, and I thought, you know what, I bet Jay is going to be at that game anyway. See if he wants to come hang out with me and talk a little basketball with these headsets on. And sure enough, Jay was able to make it and thought it'd be fun to come talk basketball. And Jay, should be a fun one tonight as Chanute coming off a big win down in Coffeyville and now going to look to knock off the other Montgomery County team in the SEK, the Independence Bulldogs. Independence having an okay season here so far. They will be returning Abby Veely, who has been one of the best players in the league the last couple of years. She's getting older and just improving her game that much more every year. It's an Independence team that, as far as the starters go, a lot of experience, but once you get beyond those 5 starters, a lot of young kids.
Right, so, you know, those starters' efforts to stay out of foul trouble is probably big.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at the SEK standings, Independence 2-1 in league play, Chanute 1-3. However, Independence 5-2 overall. So Independence having a good season so far, especially when you consider they start out the year playing in that Towanda Circle tournament where they have to play Mulvane, Wichita Collegiate, and Towanda Circle. Circle traditionally has a pretty good team, and then, of course, obviously we know Mulvane and Collegiate, a private school, usually has a good team out there. So they've played a tough schedule so far. Don't believe that they've played Labette County yet.
And that'll be the test, looking at the standings in the SEK.
Yeah, they did play Pittsburgh. I believe they knocked off Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh not near as good this year. But they've had some success here early in the season. Hopefully Chanute can build off that win on Friday night down in Coffeyville, as it was from Peyton Shields who, in that game on – it's in the other scorebook. All right, cool. In that game on Friday night, Peyton Shields led the way. She had 28 points, half of those 28 coming from the free throw line. So although it'll sound like that says she was an aggressive player, if you tuned in, whether it was on air, on the radio, or to our live stream, not not complaining about officials, but between the girls' game and the guys' game, it was 2 very different officiated games. The girls' game, a lot of fouls called. Both teams were in the bonus in the third quarter. And then in the guys' game, neither team was in the bonus at all at any point. So it was definitely a tale of 2 games. But in the girls' game, they were definitely calling a lot of the hand checks, which you see that a lot of times. You can't get away with that. That's part of the game, is you have to adjust to what these officials are calling sometimes. I said it, I believe it was our game against Pittsburgh here, that you have to adjust to the way that the officials call the game. And Coffeyville did not do that on Friday night, and it, in return, sent Peyton Shields to the free throw line, where she hit, I believe, 14 of 17 from the line.
That's really good free throw shooting.
Oh, yeah. Peyton's a heck of a shooter. I know, Jay, you haven't seen this Chanute team, or you probably haven't seen Independence this year yet, have you?
I haven't seen either one.
You've gone to a lot of the Neoto Shea games, but I know you wanted to be at this one, and I'm glad that you're here behind the headset with me. But Peyton Shields, a little unorthodox free throw. She'll have to stand about a foot behind the line because she takes a jump shot. She leaves her feet, which is a little uncharacteristic. But if you're 14 of 17 in a game, you're allowed to leave your feet and shoot it however the heck you want.
That's exactly right. If you're making that many, I don't care how you shoot it as long as they're going in.
Hey, back in the day, they used to do the old granny shot, so whatever works. If it goes in, I don't think anybody's going to complain. Also, for this Chanute team, Tyra Bogle is going to have to step up on the offensive end. It's been a thing where Coach Fox has told her over and over that she just needs to be more aggressive on the offensive end of the floor. And a lot of the times she just gets in her own head and doesn't do that. She likes to pass the ball. She's a very good rebounder, but with the way this team is set up, if Peyton Shields isn't having a good offensive night, Tyra Bogle needs to, and something that me and Caden have talked about a lot this year. Peyton Shields and Tyra Bogle, for this Chanute team to be successful, probably need to combine for about 60% of the points.
There's nothing wrong with that either. I mean,
there's not, but if one of them's off, it can be a long night for the whole team because nobody to this point has shown an ability to really take over scoring-wise. We know both Ashley and Kelsey Haviland have that ability to score from the outside. Also, Preston Keating has a decent outside shot. And then obviously inside, Jay Smith, Kearney Fulmer, they do a really good job under the basket and can get to the basket. But getting those two open and finding good shots where they're not out of control is something that usually Coach Fox has to dial up a play. We saw it against Pittsburgh where those two actually started together and they ran a good high-low with Jalen Smith up high and then Kearney Fulmer down low, and it worked early, but some good adjustments by Pittsburgh slowed it down in the second half. But we'll see if that's something that this Chanute team goes back to here tonight as they look to knock off the Independence Lady Bulldogs. We are actually going to send it back to the studio for 1 minute. When we come back, we'll have a little bit more of your pregame show. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, where it should be a great game tonight between these two teams. Independence traveling to Chanute for yet another SEK matchup. Quick reminder, Friday night's game at Parsons has been postponed. That game will be made up on February 1st. We'll get into more of that a little bit later, and we will keep reminding. But again, Friday night's game, originally scheduled Friday night at Parsons, has been postponed and will be rescheduled for February 1st. But here in this one, Bulldogs and Comets should be a fun one. We were talking a little bit earlier about where the points are going to come from. I told you off air before a little bit about Independence. Abby Veely, she has the ability to take over a game. She comes into this one. She's a 5'8 junior, but she's been starting since her freshman year. She's one of those players that you look at her size. She's 5'8". It's not like she's a big physical 5'8". She's not listed at 5'8", but really 5'10". I mean, she's just 5'8". Doesn't look like anything special, but she has a really good move to the bucket when she gets the ball inside. She won't really play the center position, but she'll play kind of that hybrid 3-4. And I know you'll be impressed when you see it tonight. It's going to have the hands full, probably whether it's Jalen Smith, Madison LaForge, Kearney Fulmer, whoever it is out there, somebody's going to have their hands full because Abby Veely, one of the best players in the entire SEK. And on the flip side, Peyton Shields, Tyra Bogle, one of those two is going to have to step up once again here tonight like Peyton Shields did Friday night and turn this into a this is my game type of feel.
Right. Well, as you're saying, you don't know where the points are going to come for if Peyton's not on. Well, the bench all needs to chip in a couple of points here and there to help out with that.
Yeah, and like I said right before we went to break, there's many players on this team that have that ability to score. It's just who's it going to be? Is somebody going to crack 10 points? Can somebody crack 12 points? Me and Caden have talked about it. There's been a couple times where you'll see a couple possessions in a row that Jalen Smith, she'll score 6 points in a row, but then she'll get in some foul trouble and then won't score again the rest of the night. Or Kearney Fulmer will score 6 or 8 points in a row. And, I mean, we're talking in 2 minutes of basketball time, and then the team won't score for another 7, 8 minutes.
Well, a lot of kids, when they get a couple of fouls, they get scared. I played for Coach Emmett when I played in Independence, and his theory on that was you got 5, you might as well use them.
Yeah. You got to still be on the floor. I'll make an argument as I've heard for many years people say, who's the best tight end in football, Travis Kelce or George Kittle? It's Travis Kelce by a long shot because the best ability is availability, and if you're not on the floor, you don't do me any good.
Well, I mean, we did pretty good with Coach Emmett's philosophy. So.
All right, well, to each their own, I suppose. It appears we are going to have the national anthem here momentarily. So we will send it back to the studio for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll have your starters ready. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, where great job there on the national anthem, and starters are coming out at this point. Once we get those 100% certain, we will get those to you, as we've got to make sure we've got the correct starters for Independence. So, again, should be a fun one here in Chanute here at the high school. And again, this is a Chanute team looking to build off of a big win. That game was on Friday night down in Coffeyville, where Comets able to take over late in that game and really extend the lead. A lot of it coming from the free throw line. Just Peyton Shields really taking over. And it looks like we've got all the starters out. Jay, you want to do that or you want me to take over?
What's that?
You want to do the starters? You want me to handle that?
Go ahead and handle that for me.
For Chanute, it's going to be number 4, Peyton Shields. Number 11, Kelsey Haviland. Number 13, Madison LaForge. Number 24, Tyra Bogle. And number 44, Kearney Fulmer. For Independence, going to be number 4, Riley Richenberger. Number 12, Abby Veely. Number 15, Haley Stover. Number 21, Mercy Smith. And number 24, that's Camden Etchison. So stage is set here for this one. These two teams ready to go. As going to get one last word from their respective coaches, as it'll be Bryson Bird on the sideline for Independence, and then for Chanute, as always, head coach Dustin Fox rocking the Nike Air Jordans.
I see that.
Yeah, shoe game and vest game were on point for Coach Fox, if you didn't know, as always. So Kearney Fulmer going to jump center for the Comets. Again, for those that don't know, I called games for Independence for 7 years, so my apologies already because I will mix these two up all night long.
Nothing wrong with that.
So it'll be Fulmer and Veely jumping center. As this one goes up, Fulmer wins the toss and into the hands of Tyra Bogle. Bogle going to bring it up on the right wing. She kicks it over to LaForge in the right corner. Back up top to Bogle, now to LaForge. She'll get it up top to Peyton Shields, who will reset. She gives to Haviland, that's Kelsey, and she'll hand off to Bogle. And run the weave as she gives off to Peyton Shields. Lets a floater go. Shot won't fall. Rebound goes to Independence. Etchison going to bring it down the floor. Richenberger going to take the three. She's wide open, but hits nothing but air on that one. Rebound stays with Independence. Etchison up top with it. Looking for help. Gets it over to Richenberger on the right wing. Richenberger now being trapped. Gives off to Veely. Veely going to drive baseline. Picks up her dribble. Looking for help. Going to throw it up top to Richenberger. She drives inside. Throws up a crazy shot. Won't go. Veely the rebound. And Abby Veely gets the shot to go. Bulldogs go up 2-0 with 7:07 to play in the first quarter.
Independence very active on the offensive glass there.
Yes, they were. Kelsey Haviland with it now, left wing. Hands off to LaForge. They'll swing it around to Bogle on the right wing. Bogle driving, picks up her dribbles, got to do something with it. She'll kick it back out to Peyton Shields. Shields' hesitation now goes to the floor, nearly loses her dribble. It goes into the hands of LaForge. Back out to Bogle. Bogle thought about the three, but Veely's pressure too much. Haviland driving inside. Might have got away with a travel there. Chanute going to keep possession. It's thrown away into the hands of Veely. Veely one-on-one with Bogle, and Veely takes it to the hole. 4-0. Bulldogs on top. Abby Veely with all four.
That zone that Independence is doing just seems to be frustrating Chanute a little bit.
Yeah, Chanute unable to find that weak spot on the inside of that zone. Good screen set on the outside by Bogle. As Shields was driving inside, she kicks to Haviland, and Haviland going to get fouled as she goes up to the basket. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. Fouls charged to Riley Richenberger, her first, team's first as well. So how's your first taste of running the camera and the scorebook?
Hey, it's not bad. Little confusing.
Little more active than football season, huh?
Very much.
First free throw goes as Jay Smith going to check in. LaForge will check out. Second free throw for Haviland. She gets that one to go as well. Cuts the lead in half, 4-2 with 6 to play in the first quarter. Richenberger going to bring it up the floor. Gives off to Etchison. Camden Etchison driving. She picks up her dribble, passes low, and out of the reach of Haley Stover. Tyra Bogle bringing it back down the floor for Chanute now. She gives off to Shields. Now to Haviland. She'll bring it to the right side. Spins, gets on the inside, puts up the shot. Haviland goes down hard, but She pops right back up, and Kelsey Haviland, she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2 more.
Hey, nice move to the basket right there, that spin.
Yeah, spin move was nice indeed. Foul was charged. Camden Etchison, her first, team second. Free throw this time for Haviland won't go. So hit the first 2 on the last trip, but misses the front end this time.
I think that's the key to Chanute right there. They just need to penetrate there, force that defense to collapse down on them.
Second free throw for Haviland is good. So 4-3 now, 5:40 to play in the first quarter. Richenberger going to bring it up the floor, gives off to Veely. Veely quickly through the lane, now kicks it back out to Etchison. Into the hands of Smith, now Stover. Stover tries to back down the defender, nowhere to go. And ball goes out to Richenberger. Richenberger now to Veely in the corner. Veely trap, ball stolen away by Bogle. And going to get a tie-up as Richenberger reaching in there, but they're going to say she got all ball. Inbound goes to Smith. She'll give back to Richenberger. Over to Etchison. Thought about the 3. Yep. Shuffled the feet. That'll be a traveling violation. That'll be a turnover on the Bulldogs. Possession back to Chanute.
Returning to the blue column lineup, number 13, Maddie LaForge. Entering Chanute's lineup, number 20, Ashley Haviland.
Ashley Haviland checking in, as is Maddie LaForge. So Shields going to bring it up the floor for the Comets. She'll hand off to Kelsey Haviland. She'll give to LaForge, back to Peyton Shields up top. Inside to Jalen Smith. And she makes a move to the basket. They're going to say 1 too many steps.
Oh.
And Jalen Smith doesn't like it. Looked like she was still bouncing that ball before the jump stop.
It looked like a nice step through there.
But now she knows what she can and can't get away with as far as that post move goes.
Absolutely.
Inside to Stover. Shots missed. Good job by Smith on the inside to go straight up, but be in the way just enough. Going to get a hand check here.
Charged with their second personal foul. Number 24, Cam Etchison.
Camden Etchison picks up her second foul, and head coach Bryson Bird wants a timeout, and it'll be a full timeout. Remember, Commercial Bank focuses on bringing you products and services that simplify your day-to-day life, serving Southeast Kansas since 1874. Stop by the Chanute branch at 1315 South Santa Fe in Chanute. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're tuned in to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, Independence leading 4-3 with 4:42 to play in the first quarter. Inbound goes to Peyton Shields. She's guarded by Camden Etchison, who does have 2 personal fouls. Nice fake and shot at the basket by Shields, but too much on it as she missed everything. Independence back with the basketball. Driving baseline is Veely, and she's tripped. Peyton Shields just a little bit too close, and Shields going to get charged with the blocking foul there.
Personal foul charge 2. Blue Comets, Peyton Shields, first person. First team.
As we'll have a substitution here for Independence.
Number 34, Tione Johnson.
Tione Johnson checking in. Camden Etchison will check out.
Also return to the Chanute lineup, number 24.
You know, that was smart last time down for Paige to drive there, or Peyton, sorry, to drive there, try to pick up that third on Etchison.
Yeah, it almost worked, but just Etchison wouldn't bite. Pass goes inside to Johnson. And missed the shot and then pushed, trying to get the rebound. She'll pick up the loose ball foul. Possession back to Chanute.
Team foul, number 4 on the
Inbound run down by Shields. And she'll get it off to Bogle. Bogle thought about the three from the logo. And now Peyton Shields going to pull up from deep. Peyton Shields drains the three from the top of the key. Gives Chanute their first lead, 6-4, as we're halfway through the first quarter. And got an official's timeout as Richenberger needs to tie her shoe. It's been a great officiated game so far. I only said that because I had an official right next to me, and he told me to talk to him at the end of the game. So we'll see.
He might not want to talk to us.
Richenberger brings it down the floor for Independence. High pass. Stover able to bring it in. She'll give it up top to Smith. Smith now in the corner to Veely. Veely thought about driving baseline. Good job by Bogle to cut her off. Back to Veely in the corner. Skip pass over to Richenberger. She'll drive inside. That was poked away by Haviland. An argument to be made that could have gone off the knee of Richenberger, but we'll say Haviland poked it out.
It was a nice poke out without committing a foul.
Inbound to Richenberger. She gives to Smith in the corner. Mercy Smith can be a dangerous outside shooter. Got to keep a hand in her face. Richenberger now swings it over to Stover, and ball just right off the hands of Haley Stover, out of bounds. Possession going to go back to Chanute.
Independence just doesn't seem fluid in their offense. It's
when Etchison's not on the floor, they lack a true point guard. Richenberger really a true two, but when Etchison's not out there, she's forced to run that point guard role. Haviland driving, gives off to Bogle in the corner. She kicks out to LaForge, now to Smith, left wing. Jalen Smith going to get charged with the travel. And Kearney Fulmer likely going to check in for Jalen Smith. So, substitution. Kelsey Haviland also checking in as LaForge will check out. We're going to set up a trap just past midcourt. Richenberger able to get out of it as she gives it to Veely. Veely now picks up her dribble. Has to give it inside to Johnson. She'll kick it out to Smith. Pump fakes a three. Drives inside. Kiss off the glass. Won't go, but Stover right there. And her putback will go. It'll tie this one up at 6 apiece. Just over 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Chanute quickly the other way. Goes out to Bogle. Now to Haviland. Now inside to Fulmer. Fulmer fighting with it. Kicks it back out to Haviland. Now to Bogle. She'll give it to Kelsey Haviland. She'll fire up the long-range shot. That one went halfway down. An offensive rebound went off the hands of Veely into the hands of Peyton Shields. Now Ashley Haviland going to try the three. Her shot attempt won't go. And the rebound this time goes to Independence. Stover pushing quickly. Now bounce pass in the corner. It's Veely. And Veely misses the three. Offensive rebound goes to Mercy Smith. She'll kick out to Richenberger, who then drills the three, puts Independence back up three, 9-6, 1:50 to play in the first quarter. And going to get a reaching foul as Richenberger got Shields. She reached, and as she reached, Shields' shoulder went into the jaw of Richenberger. Tough break for Riley Richenberger as she's grabbed at that jaw a few times now. Peyton Shields going to check out. Preston Keating will check in. Also checking in for Independence, Mania McPherson. Inbound goes to Bogle. She'll run the role of point guard. Fakes the pass to Haviland and then stolen away from Bogle as a 2-on-3, not in favor of Independence, goes to Veely. She misses the shot and ball swatted out of bounds. I'm going to say off the hands of Chanute. Possession will stay with Independence.
You could tell that Bogle is not used to running the point. Doesn't seem comfortable with it.
Yeah, heck of a player, but yeah, point guard not her true position there. Peyton Shields quickly checks back in, and Bogle going to have a seat. Quick shot put up by McPherson, and that one goes. Mania McPherson adds two. puts Independence up 5, 11-6, 1:15 to play. Nice up and under move by Peyton Shields. The shot just wouldn't go. That was a great move by Shields, just couldn't finish. Independence quickly pushing the other way. Johnson's shot is missed. She gets her own rebound and some contact underneath. Goes out of bounds. Possession going to stay with Independence. Looks like Chanute might have got away with a few fouls there.
They're not fouls if they don't get called.
They've called 5 on Independence, just 1 on Chanute. Independence has played a little bit more physical, but I think Chanute's definitely got away with 1 or 2. Jalen Smith checked back into the game. As McPherson has it now. She gives off to Veely. Pump fake. Veely drives inside, puts it on the floor. And going to have a tie-up. That's a quick whistle.
Quick whistle.
Possession will stay with Chanute, but that could become a factor as we start the second quarter. So Shields going to bring it up the floor. Left-hand dribble on that left wing. Keating sets the screen. She'll kick it over to Haviland. Kelsey Haviland drills the 3, cuts the lead to 2, 11-9, with 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Stover with it now for Independence as she's looking for help. Gives it off to Veely. Veely looking to set the offense. Right-hand dribble now passes over to McPherson. Now gives it back to Veely. Veely looking up at the clock, 15 seconds. And she'll pass back to McPherson. Now over to Stover. Now to Smith in the corner. Smith wanted the 3. Good defense there. Now stolen away by Peyton Shields. 5 seconds on the clock. Shields going to heave from half court. That one not going to be close, however. So after 1, Chanute trailing by a score of 11-9. We'll send it back to the studio for 1 minute. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z 95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, getting ready to start the second quarter. Independence leading 11-9. Inbound goes to Richenberger. She'll give to Etchison. Etchison back in there with her 2 fouls. She's getting ready to get trapped. Dribbles out of it. And it's Fulmer up top as Chanute running that 1-3-1 zone defense. And 3-point shot put up by Richenberger. And Riley Richenberger for the second time hits the 3. Independence up 14-9. Pass inside goes to Shields. Her shot's left a little short. Offensive rebound by Fulmer. Her follow-up shot won't go. And now a rebound by Independence. Richenberger passes out of the trap once again. Gets it to Etchison. Etchison dribbling up top. Gets it to Veely. Veely driving inside. And going to get a foul. That'll be Peyton Shields as she was trying to knock that one loose, but just a little too physical as she gets a part of Veely's arm.
That's 2 on Peyton right there early in the second quarter.
Yeah, she'll have to play safe. Still 7 minutes to go in this quarter. Veely drives it to the bucket. Left-hand layup goes. Makes it 16-9. And what's that, 6 for Veely?
That is, yes, 6.
And quickly the other way, Kearney Fulmer lays it in for 2. Makes it 16-11, just under 7 to play. in the second quarter. Richenberger with it, gives it off to Etchison. Etchison trying to dribble out of it. Dribbles right towards Fulmer. She'll give it over to Veely. Now Veely picks up her dribble over to Richenberger. Now back to Veely. She tries to dribble inside out to Smith. Gets it inside to Veely. Goes to the ground. Throws it out to Richenberger. Her long two won't go. And Richenberger still fighting for the ball, but Chanute able to get it out of there. Peyton Shields brings it up the floor. 3-point shot put up. And it's missed by Kelsey Haviland. And Kearney Fulmer trying to come up with the offensive rebound. Can't bring it in. Independence will have it. So Veely up top. She gets trapped off the leg of Bogle, but into the hands of Etchison. Etchison dribbling around over to Richenberger. Thought about another three. Good closeout there by Peyton Shields. Veely with it now, trying to avoid defenders. Over to Smith. Now back in the corner to Richenberger. Peyton Shields doing a good job avoiding the contact. Thought about stepping in front of Richenberger there, but chose not to. And they're going to get a foul on the floor. Like Chanute was primed for a charge call there, but I'm going to say the foul was on the floor by Maddie LaForge prior to the potential charge call.
We know they have that area under the basket that they say is the safe haven or whatever.
And Abby Veely gets the inbound. The layup goes. Makes it 18-11, just under 5.5 to play. Independence on top. Lob pass inside by Shields. She was looking for Kelsey Haviland. Pass just a little too high. That'll be a turnover. Possession going to come back to Independence. Richenberger going to bring it up the floor for the Bulldogs. She gives to Veely. Veely going to have to dribble out of the trap. Good screen there by Stover. Got the ball thrown away inside and stolen away by Peyton Shields. Shields looking to go quick. Gets it to Fulmer. Fulmer can't get the layup to go. Gets her own rebound. Follow-up shot won't go either, but she's fouled this time. And was that foul on Etchison?
I think it might have been. Yes.
Yep, they're going to call that on Etchison. That'll be her third.
Camden Etchison picks up a third personal foul.
So Etchison likely going to have a seat. Fulmer's first free throw a little long.
One more shot for Blue Comets.
As we'll have two substitutions as Ashley Haviland and Anna Kate Noonan will check in. Tyra Bogle and Kelsey Haviland will check out. Second free throw, good for Fulmer. And ball nearly stolen away.
Oh.
And Peyton Shields was trying to avoid contact and in turn committed the foul.
And that'll be her third.
And that's the third foul on Peyton Shields. And she'll stay out there for now.
I don't think she'll be out there long.
We'll see. Ball nearly stolen away as Jay Smith goes flying to the floor. Gotta love the effort. As Coach Fox going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll take 30 with him. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here in the second quarter at Chanute High School, Independence leading 18-12, 4:38 to play in the second quarter. 4:38 is the time that I was born for anybody that cares.
Nobody does.
Well, you don't know. My mom cares, and I guarantee she's listening. So,
Well, okay, so your mama, but nobody else.
Independence with the basketball. Richenberger up top. Peyton Shields guarding with those 3 fouls. Got to be careful. And if they go inside to Stover, she'll kick it back out. That's McPherson. And Mania McPherson drills the 3. Extends the Independence lead out to 9. 21-12. Chanute just really struggling to score here in this game as they have scored 12 points in 12 minutes. 3-point shot put up by Haviland. That one missed well short. Rebound goes to Independence.
Oh, was that Kelsey or Ashley?
And shot put up by Abby Veely. Going to have another timeout by Chanute. And it'll be a full 60-second timeout. We'll take the 60 seconds with them. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z 95.3. Back here, 3:48 to play in the second quarter. Chanute with the basketball, but they trail 23-12 in this one. Peyton Shields going to bring it up the floor. Go ahead, Jay.
Chanute might need to pick up full court press, see if they can press Independence into a few turnovers.
Yeah, that might be something they can try. Ball nearly lost there by Kelsey Haviland. Tries to get it to a cutting Peyton Shields, who was tripped. Into the hands of Veely. Veely all the way to the bucket. Her left-hand layup won't go. And Tyra Bogle getting the rebound. I'm going to say her heel on the baseline, so possession will stay with Independence. Inbound going to go to Veely. She was being guarded by Peyton Shields. Surprised Veely didn't just try to go at her, but there was a call on the floor. I was blocked by the official. Didn't see what it was. So
I believe it was a travel. Seemed like she had her bags packed.
So nonetheless, still 23-12, 3:15. Chanute with the basketball. Peyton Shields with it. She's guarded by Veely. Kicks out to Haviland. She'll fire up the long 3. That won't go. Rebound goes to Independence. There's Mercy Smith with it. She gets it to Veely. Now into the corner to Richenberger. And Richenberger going to pass out of it to Veely up top. Veely over to McPherson, who hit the 3 a few minutes ago. They get it inside to Stover. Bounce pass to Richenberger, as I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass, but they're going to say 2 shots. As they're going to tag that foul to Tyra Bogle. That'll be her first foul, the team's 5th. Richenberger will get 2 from the line. First free throw goes for Richenberger.
Back into the shooting lineup, number 5, Preston Key.
Riley Richenberger, just a junior.
And the number 20, Ashley.
She played a little bit as a freshman, but her game has improved so much. Which is great for these Bulldogs.
Independence seems really young, but it seems like they've all played quite a bit.
Yeah, a lot of these girls that are juniors have played for a few years now. Missed the second free throw. Rebound goes to Peyton Shields. 2:40 to play. Chanute getting doubled up right now, 24-12. Shields goes inside, kicks it out to LaForge. No swinging around to Haviland, back to Shields. Shields puts up the floater off the glass, and Peyton Shields gets that one to go. And the scoring drought over for Chanute. Took a few minutes, able to get some points up. Richenberger going to bring it back up top over to McPherson. Mercy Smith going to fire from the corner. She leaves her three-point shot a little short. Rebound goes to Keating. Preston Keating gives off to Peyton Shields. She'll drive, spins, and the shot won't go. And Kearney Fulmer fighting for the rebound. They're going to say she pushed Veely in the back. That'll be the 6th team foul. So at one time, fouls were 5-1. Foul on Independence, 1 on Chanute, but they've evened up at 6 apiece as Kearney Fulmer picked up her first personal foul.
I told you that official would not like to talk to us after the game.
Yeah. Notice he's on the other side of the court now.
Well, it's
Just playing. Mercy Smith with it. Gives it over to Veely. Veely doubled, kicks it out to McPherson. She'll fire another three, and Mania McPherson just doing her job, coming in off the bench and scoring some points, 27-14. As Peyton Shields puts up a three-point shot, hits the rim and bounces over the backboard. Possession going to go back to Independence. Looks like head coach Dustin Fox just yelled out, "Peyton." She looked at him. He just shook his head. No, don't do that.
No.
Just no. Stover with it on the inside now for Independence. Picks up her dribble. Kicks out to Smith. Mercy Smith going to pull the trigger. And she just missed that a hair long. As Veely goes inside. Her shot's blocked down by Fulmer. And now Peyton Shields going to bring it up the floor. Peyton Shields dribbling on the inside. Gives it to Fulmer.
Nice
wide open layup.
Nice.
And 2 Independence defenders fell down as Peyton Shields split the pass right between them. And they both turned on the inside, knocked into each other, and hit the deck. Nice pass by Peyton Shields. Better finish from Fulmer.
Way to keep your head up there.
Another long 2-point shot put up by McPherson. It's missed. Johnson gets the rebound, and great job by Jalen Smith going down to cause the tie-up. And alternating possession will go to Chanute. So 27-16, 34 seconds. Chanute looking to cut this thing back into single digits. Peyton Shields bringing it up the floor. She'll be patient. Mercy Smith will defend. Behind the back dribble by Peyton. She dribbles with the left hand. Nearly runs Smith off. Now goes inside, spins, pump fake, puts up the shot off the glass. And Peyton Shields just good job, too good with the basketball in her hands. Independence an opportunity to answer. It's Veely as her layup goes. And Fulmer just didn't want to commit the foul. So at the half, Chanute trailing 29-18. We'll send it back to the studio for 2.5 minutes. When we come back, we will have your Labette Health halftime show. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School for your Labette Health halftime show. Again, I'm Brett Shields, joined tonight by Jay McGeary. Jay, Blue Comets trailing 29-18 here in this one, and it's really just been the lack of offense for Chanute. The defense hasn't been horrible by any means. They've given up a couple of three-point shots. Independence has just been really good at hitting those three-point shots, and Chanute just really just can't find much of an offensive flow here to start this one.
No, they've only had 4 players take a shot for Chanute here in the first half. So,
yeah, that's not not something you want to see. Is you would like to see
right, it's
4 more players scoring, let alone taking a shot. So yeah.
Well, Chanute is 6 of 20 in the first half, shooting 30%. And they're going to have to pick that up just a little bit here in the second half. But on the bright side, Independence only shooting 25%. But they've got up 4 more shots than Chanute and hit some more three-pointers.
Hit a few more shots, and the three-pointers, I think, are huge. As how many threes has Independence hit in this game?
They've got 1, 2. I got 4 for Independence.
2 for Richenberger and 2 for McPherson.
Yes, that's what I got.
So those 2. But, I mean, that 12 points right there is the difference in the game, essentially.
Right.
And all 4 of those three-point shots that have gone in have essentially been wide open. Outside of that, defend Abby Veely inside, which is a lot harder than it looks.
Right. Well, yeah, and that's it. And she's 6 of 10 in the first half.
Yeah,
I mean, she's getting her shots.
She's getting hers. You've just got to eliminate everything else. And if you can, you'd be in this game. You've got to pick your poison, I guess. Either let everybody else have theirs or let Abby Veely have hers. But you can't let both things happen. And
right. Well, and that's what I was saying. You know, we was talking about Chanute scoring. You got to get a little bit off the bench. You know, McPherson comes in off the bench and's got she's got 8 points off the bench. So the little bits help, you know. And
yeah, eight off the bench. That'll go a long ways, especially at the high school level in the first half. That's not 8 in a game. That's 8.5. So,
right.
That will go a long ways. And real quick, I'm going to touch on something here, as obviously this will be tough. Since I first heard the news on Saturday morning, I knew immediately that it was going to be part of my responsibility to speak about Nathan Cunningham. Before I read this, I want you to know personally, I am not someone that handles loss well, even when it's somebody that I don't know on a personal level. With that being said, this is a pre-written statement, but please bear with me. Saturday morning, tragedy struck Chanute. Chanute High School senior Nathan Cunningham passed away peacefully in his sleep. Nate was the Chanute Blue Comet with all of his heart. He played football, wrestled, and was a part of the CHS band. He was a 2-year starter varsity offensive lineman for the CHS Blue Comet football team. He was voted Blue Comet Offensive Lineman of the Year and was a 2-time All-SEK first-team offensive lineman and honorable mention All-State offensive lineman. Nate was a 3-year varsity heavyweight wrestler for the CHS True Blue wrestling team, where he led the team with the most escapes. In 2021, he placed 3rd at the Kansas 4A heavyweight as the 4A heavyweight wrestler. Nate was a second-team All-SEK wrestler, KWCA Honorable Mention All-Conference, and KWCA Honorable Mention All-Academic, and he was currently ranked as the number 1 wrestler in the 285 weight class for the Kansas 4A division. He was also ranked 5th in the 285 weight class for the Kansas All-State. He also played tuba in the CHS band. Nate was not just a great athlete, but an outstanding young man as well. As the news broke Saturday morning, Chanute High School head football coach Cleet Frizzell released a statement. One part of that read, Nate was a perfect example of not taking days for granted. The way he treated people within our community is something that had always stood out to me. Nate treated people with kindness and care. The only thing bigger than Nate was his heart. A Celebration of Life memorial will be held Friday, January 14th, 2022 at 4 p.m. here at the Chanute High School Gymnasium. Nate's family has requested that all to attend dress casually. Sweats, shorts, t-shirts, hoodie, etc. Please wear your Blue Comet gear to show pride for Nate. On behalf of everyone here at KINZ, to the young man that they knew as Big Nate, rest in peace. We'll be back in 1 minute. Back here at Chanute High School, getting ready to start the third quarter here in this one, as the Chanute girls trailing 29-18. Apparently there's a minute 30 on the clock they just put up there. I don't think that's right. There we go. 8 minutes again on the clock.
Well, they had 20 up there just a minute ago, so they're having a little bit of technical difficulties.
They got it under control, but yeah, 8 minutes each quarter as Blue Comets going to have to figure something out as they trail this one by double figures. It's an 11-point deficit as they gave up that last 2-point shot to Veely right before the end of the second quarter, and it looks like there may be some sort of technical difficulties at the scores table as athletic director Chris Shields, as well as head principal Zach Murray, who was the athletic director last year, both there trying to figure out what's going on.
Well,
it was the officials. That makes sense.
They're still on break.
There was no officials out here. That's why they were sounding the horn.
Well, let's play the second half without them and see what happens. Call your own foul.
I don't think that's how it would work.
It'd be interesting.
So Independence will start with the basketball. Veely set to inbound. She'll give it into Etchison. Etchison back in there with those 3 fouls. Mercy Smith going to fire up the 3. And 6 seconds into the half, Mercy Smith drains the wide open 3. And Coach Fox immediately sending Preston Keating to the table. He was not happy with how wide open Mercy Smith was on that shot attempt. Offensive rebound goes to Fulmer, and 3-point shot put up by Bogle. Another offensive rebound. Fulmer can't get the shot to go, but Kearney Fulmer going to earn a trip to the free throw line. And the best part of that was seeing Tyra Bogle take a shot. Did she attempt a shot in the first half?
She did not attempt a shot.
And again, we talked about that at pregame. Tyra Bogle needs to be more aggressive, and not attempting a shot in the first half. Problematic for this Chanute team. Keating going to check in. It'll be Kelsey Haviland that checks out. Fulmer hit the first free throw. She'll get one more. Second free throw up and in as well. So, to my knowledge, 3 of 5 now?
3 of 5 from the line tonight.
3 of 5, 4 of 5?
3 of 5.
3 of 5. Richenberger with it for Independence. Being guarded by Keating.
I'm sorry, 3 of 4 from the free throw line tonight.
3 of 4. Etchison with it, spins, goes inside, looking for help, gives it to Stover. She'll go inside. Now she's looking for help. Back out to Etchison, drives inside. Could have been a moving screen on Stover, but ball doesn't lie as Etchison dribbles it off her right foot. So Peyton Shields going to bring the ball up the floor. Right-hand dribble behind the back now. She'll kick out to Bogle. Now Bogle right-hand dribble. She gets inside, trying to back down Etchison. She'll have to kick it back out to LaForge. Peyton Shields goes right into Haley Stover. Man, Stover was really close to being set. When the whistle was blown, Bryson Bird, Independence head coach, yelled out, "Great job, Haley." And they're going to call the block on Stover. That could have been the 4th on Shields. Peyton Shields inbounds it, gets it to Keating. She'll give it right back to Peyton. Nearly trapped Peyton in the corner. Hesitation dribble there. She gives off to Bogle, Shields with it, spin move inside, kicks it back out. Now they'll throw it back into Fulmer. She picks up her dribble, and they'll reset back up top. Shields with it, tries to spin, gets cut off by Veely. And now Bogle up to LaForge. Goes inside, and Richenberger thought she got it cleanly, but they're going to say she got some of Keating's arm, and that foul will be charged to Riley Richenberger.
Number 3 on Richenberger. Well, the official book says...
Yeah, scoreboard says 3. PA said it was her 4th, but our book and the board both say 3.
Well, of course, we're always right.
Okay. Inbound goes to Fulmer. Nice up and under. Try to just throw it up. Gets a rebound, and the follow-up shot will go. Great job. Kearney Fulmer getting better and better at those inside moves. Independence pushing fast. McPherson fires from the corner. Shot won't go. Rebound by the aforementioned Kearney Fulmer.
She's doing a really good job inside tonight.
Peyton Shields goes inside, spins, nowhere to go. Fulmer thought about the 3, not her shot. Peyton Shields picks up her dribble. It's stolen away by Etchison, and Bogle just a little too physical, trying to fight for the ball. That'll probably go as a turnover, will go as a turnover on Peyton Shields. Foul charge to Bogle, but it's a foul by Bogle, but it was caused by Peyton Shields' errant pass. So Smith with it in the corner. She'll kick it up top to McPherson. Now over to Etchison. Etchison going to fire up the 3. She leaves it short. Offensive rebound by Stover, and her layup goes. So Independence up big. 34-22. Pass inside to Smith. A little bit of contact. Smith's shot won't go. And Independence going down the other way with it. Smith with it. And she's fouled by Preston Keating, who just got turned around as Smith had Preston Keating. Keating didn't know which direction that Mercy Smith was going to go, and eventually Keating just threw her arms up, and when she did, committed the foul, sending Smith to the free throw line. First free throw by Mercy Smith goes. Ashley Haviland going to check in. Keating going to check out.
I think Chanute could take a page out of the Independence playbook. Independence hasn't seen a shot they don't like.
Second free throw good as well. Chanute down 14. 4:52 to play. Peyton Shields inside, spin move. Can't get off of Veely. Throws up a wild shot, but that won't go. And they're going to get Jalen Smith with the foul.
After watching this, I think Independence's philosophy is let's just outshoot the competition because eventually they'll go in.
It's working so far.
It is.
Etchison with it. She goes inside. Now kicks out to Smith. Smith pump fakes the 3, takes a dribble inside. Can't get that shot to go, and aggressively a tie-up will go between Abby Veely and Jalen Smith. Possession will favor the Blue Comets.
Back into the Blue Comet lineup, number 12, Anna Kate Noonan, and number 13, Maddie LaForge.
Anna Kate Noonan and Maddie LaForge going to check back in. Noonan going to bring it up the floor. She gives off to Bogle. Now over to Haviland. Now to Jay Smith on the left wing. Smith going to shuffle the feet. And Smith frustrated. And Coach Fox going to have a word with her on the sideline as Kelsey Haviland going to check back in. Veely going to bring the ball down the floor for Independence. Gets it over to Smith. Now inside, as that was Stover. Her shot won't go, but there's McPherson on the rebound. And Mania McPherson now in double figures here tonight.
Yes, that puts her with 10.
10 points off the bench. Gonna have a timeout by Chanute. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll send it back to the studio for 30 seconds. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here, Chanute High School, 3:45 to play in the third quarter. Chanute facing a 16-point deficit in this one in 38-22. Going to have to figure something out. Pass goes over to Haviland. She'll take the long two. That's Kelsey Haviland from the baseline. Cuts the lead down to 14 with 3.5 to play. Mercy Smith fakes the three, dribbles inside, rebound goes to Bogle. As Tyra will bring it up the floor. Bogle being guarded by Etchison, now gives it over to Noonan. Now to Ashley Haviland. She'll give it over to Kelsey. Kelsey dribbling inside, kicks it off to Bogle. Bogle back to Haviland, it's stolen away, that's Johnson. And 2-on-2 gives it to Veely. Veely too far under the basket, able to take a step back. Her layup will go. And Abby Veely adds two more, makes it 40-24, 2:50 to play in the third.
I see what you're saying with Peyton Shields on the bench. Nothing is running fluid.
Now Veely steals this one away, and she'll get an easy right-handed layup. And there's no one there to contest. 42-24. Bogle brings it up, now back to Noonan on the left wing. Noonan gives it over to Haviland. Ball nearly stolen away, and now going to get a traveling violation. And possession going to go back to Independence. McPherson going to check back in.
Returning the lineup, number 4, Peyton Shields, and number 44, Kearney Fulmer.
Kearney Fulmer and Peyton Shields checking back in for Chanute. Richenberger with it, passes it into the corner. That's Stover. Stover just going to dribble around Haviland and take an easy two-point shot. 44-24.
No defense there. They just let her drive wherever she wanted to go.
So Chanute trailing by 20. LaForge with it. Now to Ashley Haviland. Gives off to Peyton Shields. Peyton Shields gets into the lane, puts up a floater, and just too much on it. Peyton Shields frustrated with herself. Richenberger pump fakes the three. Ball stolen away. This time it's Peyton Shields. And she'll bring the ball up the floor herself. Being guarded by Richenberger. They'll swing it around into the hands of Haviland. She'll take the three, misses everything but the glass. And Independence now pushing the other direction. As ball stolen away by Shields. And she throws out of it. Look up. Yep, Kearney Fulmer wide open. And then she's fouled. And Kearney Fulmer finishes at the bucket. And she'll go to the line with an opportunity to finish the three-point play.
You know, I watched a junior high game last night, and I was yelling at the kids to get your head up as you're looking down the floor.
To the line for and one.
Madison Ballinger going to check into the game for the first time for Independence. Preston Keating checked back in for the Blue Comets. Free throw is good. Kearney Fulmer having a pretty good night for herself, but overall the Blue Comets struggling with the Bulldogs. Long two put up by Ballinger. It was missed. Rebound goes to Fulmer. And they're going to say double dribble. Possession goes back to Independence. So under a minute to play here in the third. Stover with it. And she'll kick it out to Ballinger. Ballinger's pass stolen away. Haviland with it as she's trying to weave through defenders. It was 1-on-3. Didn't have the numbers. Long two-point shot put up by Shields. That one's missed. Fulmer fighting for the rebound. She can't get it. Ends up going to Independence. 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Veely spinning, kicks it out to McPherson. She'll fire up another three. This one long. Rebound to Chanute. Outlet pass goes to Preston Keating. Keating brings it up the floor. She'll hand off to Peyton Shields. Chanute going to hold for the last shot. Clock under 10. Peyton Shields being guarded by Veely. Left-hand dribble. Gets inside. Throws up the shot. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. She was gifted the continuation there. As personally, I thought that foul a little before the shot, but Chanute will take all the help they can get right now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Two shots. Peyton Shields.
First free throw for Shields missed. Was her first trip to the line?
It is her first trip to the line.
I told you, not the most normal looking free throw shot, but hey, if it works, it works. And she gets that one to go, so splits the pair, cuts the lead back down to 16. 4.8 seconds to play. Inbound goes to McPherson. She gives it up to Veely. And Veely going to put up the shot at the buzzer, but it won't go. Not sure if it would have counted anyway. So after three quarters, Independence leading 44-28. We'll send it back to the studio for 1 minute. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here, Chanute High School, start of the fourth quarter. Chanute trailing by 16. Two-point shot put up by Etchison. It's missed. And Chanute gets the rebound. Haviland brings it up the floor, picks up her dribble, gives to Keating. Thought about the three. She put the ball on the floor, now picks up her dribble, kicks it out to Kelsey Haviland. She loses it, goes to Veely, and Veely going to push. She'll go one-on-one with Peyton Shields, puts up the shot, and finishes at the rim. 46-28, 7:20 to play. Veely starting to rack up the points now.
She's had a really good night shooting the ball.
Keating with it. She gives off to Shields. Shields going to take the long free throw, essentially. Rebound goes to Fulmer. She'll kick it back out to Bogle. Bogle going to fire the three, and that won't go. Keating fighting for the rebound, but can't come up with it as Mercy Smith brings it down for Independence. Veely with it, gives to Etchison. Her pass nearly stolen away by Peyton Shields as it goes out of bounds. Possession going to stay with Independence. Inbound goes to Etchison. And shot inside by Abby Veely goes. With 2 more for Veely, 48-28. A 3-point shot put up by Haviland. It's missed. As Preston Keating diving for the ball goes right into the ankle of Mercy Smith.
Foul charge to Indies number 21, Mercy Smith.
Oh, they called the foul on Smith.
What did they call the foul for? Falling on her?
I mean, Keating went into the ankle of Smith. Surely that was supposed to be a foul on Keating, right?
Well, they're discussing it, so.
A correction. Foul is not charged to number 21, Mercy Smith, but number 5, Preston Keating in the comments. It's her second personal foul.
All right, they seem to have got it sorted out
Coach
now.
Fox frustrated. Obviously, I'll say this. Coach Fox had a better look at it. From this angle, it appeared Keating just went down for the ball, rolled onto the ankle of Mercy Smith. I mean, yeah, that foul gets called 9 times out of 10.
Right.
Probably more than that. Independence breaking the press as goes into the hands of Mercy Smith. Now up top to Etchison. Nearly through the hands of Richenberger, but able to track it down before it goes out of bounds. She'll give it back to Etchison in the corner. Tries to go back to a cutting Richenberger. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Timeout Independence. It'll be 30 seconds. We'll take the 30 with them. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z 95.3. .6:05 to play in the fourth quarter of the girls' game. Chanute trailing by 20. Score 48-28. Independence with the basketball. Inbounding on their own baseline. Goes to Veely. Up and under move. Shot won't go. But Abby Veely going to go to the free throw line where she'll shoot 2.
That was a nice move she made there to get to the basket.
Foul was charged to Jalen Smith, her second. Veely's first free throw goes. She'll get one more. What's Veely at right now? Second free throw was missed.
21 is what I.
So 20,
unofficial.
21 for Veely. I thought you were always right.
I am always right, but you made me count fast.
So unofficially always right over here. Pass goes inside to Smith. She'll spin, get to the basket, and going to get a foul on Stover. And I'm good with the foul. I just, for Haley Stover's, I don't know what else she could have done there. It was a good spin move by Smith, and Stover was just there. The only way she doesn't commit the foul is just run away.
Right. And yes, 21 is correct.
21, thank you. Free throw by Smith goes.
For the Bulldogs, number 34.
Jalen Smith will get one more. Second free throw missed this time by Smith. As Independence nearly throws it out of bounds. Chanute applying a little bit of pressure, but nothing major.
It's like a token pressure, nothing hard.
Just going to make them hustle a little bit. Richenberger with it, guarded by Keating. She gives off to Veely. And Veely going to pick up her dribble, hand off to Etchison. Etchison back to Veely, who will give to Richenberger on the left wing. Richenberger, now she picks up her dribble. She'll just hand it off to Etchison. Independence in no hurry to score. And on that note, Etchison drives to the basket. Shot was missed, but Camden Etchison will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Picking up a third personal foul, Blue Comets Jay Smith.
Jalen Smith picks up her third, so she's picked up 3 fairly quick fouls here in the second half. First free throw was missed by Etchison. As Kearney Fulmer comes to the table, but she'll have to wait to check in as Etchison missed the second free throw as well. Pass goes over to Bogle. Now she'll hand off. She'll fake the handoff to Shields and just drive.
There you go.
Tyra Bogle driving to the basket. And that's something that Coach Fox, most parents and fans, myself, Caden, and I think Jade at this point now, have just been begging to see from Tyra Bogle. Just be aggressive and drive to the bucket.
Absolutely.
Tyra Bogle has the athletic and basketball ability to have that aggressive nature to get to the bucket, but she's just got to get in her head that she can do it. 49-31, 4.5 to play. Jalen Smith gonna get the traveling violation.
Well, maybe that last drive will get her going, showing her that she can accomplish that by going to the basket.
I hope she'll take a few more chances, as Chanute needs something crazy to happen in this final 4.5 as they trail by 18. Veely just driving and now kicks out to Smith. Smith had a decent look from the outside, but smartly using a little bit of the clock here. They'll get it into Johnson. Her shot won't go. Gets an offensive rebound and now stolen away. As we'll get a tie-up. And possession will favor Chanute. And going to have a timeout on the floor. As a reminder, Commercial Bank focuses on bringing you products and services that simplify your day-to-day life, serving Southeast Kansas since 1874. Stop by the Chanute branch at 1315 South Santa Fe in Chanute. We do want to say a hello to Caden Hayward, who is on vacation right now, but he's listening in. Appreciate you, buddy. We'll send it back to the studio for 30 seconds. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School. There's Chanute calling the timeout as they want to draw something up. Tyra Bogle going to inbound here on the near sideline right next to me. 4 minutes to play in this one. Chanute needs to come up with 18 and a half more points than Independence. So 19, I guess. They don't do half points. Sorry, I had your mic off. What's up?
That's all right. I said we don't do half points.
Handoff goes to Bogle. She'll kick it out to Fulmer. Kearney Fulmer drives.
Nice.
Scoop shot goes. Great job by Kearney Fulmer putting the ball on the floor and getting to the bucket. Independence going to apply some pressure. And Etchison going to bring it up the floor. Richenberger pump fakes the shot. Gets inside and too easy on the other end for Independence. As Independence goes over the half-century mark. 51 points now for Independence, still leading by 18 over Chanute. Bogle with it, going to take the logo three, and that one goes off the front of the iron, but deep three leads to a long rebound. And it goes to Chanute. Peyton Shields with it now. She fakes the pass, drives inside. Crazy scoop shot as Peyton Shields nearly drags her knuckles on the floor. Gets the shot to go. And the offense all of a sudden for Chanute looks good. The defense looks bad. It's the opposite of what we saw early.
Right. Well, they are exerting a lot of energy on the offensive end.
Quick shot for Independence. It's missed, and we're going to have a tie-up. Possession arrow will favor Independence this time.
Was that Etchison on that shot? I missed it there.
Yes.
In the lineup for Indy, number 23.
Mania McPherson going to check back in as she's been the best player off the bench for either team.
Oh, absolutely.
What she got? Still sitting on 10?
She's still sitting on 10, yeah.
Most of that coming in the first half, but she was probably one of the sole reasons that Independence was able to separate in that first half. Going to have a foul on the floor. And that'll be the 7th team foul as Jalen Smith picks up her 4th. It'll also send Abby Veely, a pretty good free throw shooter, to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1.
She's 1 and 2 from the line tonight.
Front end is good on that one. She'll get one more. So second free throw now for Veely. That one goes as well. So 53-35. Chanute really unable to cut past this 18-point deficit here in the fourth quarter. Shields hands off to Bogle. Bogle drives, gets it inside to Fulmer. She puts up the shot. And Kearney Fulmer, the trio now of Shields, Bogle, and Fulmer playing well. Jay Smith goes to the floor and steals the pass. We will get the tie-up, but possession will favor Chanute.
Might be a little too late.
So 16-point deficit. Chanute with the basketball now. As Smith going to travel on that one.
She's turned the ball over on that 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, she gets those feet going just a little too quick. And, yeah, that was the 3rd or 4th time, like you said, that she's been tagged with that traveling violation. Etchison with it. Ball nearly stolen away. And going to get a timeout by Independence. It'll be a full 60-second timeout. We'll take the minute with them. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here in the fourth quarter, ball stolen away by Peyton Shields. She'll be guarded by Veely. She'll pull up for the long 2, and the shot won't go. And now Indy pushing. They get it past the timeline with Etchison. Bounce pass goes over to Veely. And Veely looking into the corner, finds Richenberger. She'll put up the 2-point shot, leaves it short. Rebound goes to Peyton Shields after it was tipped by Bogle. Shields with it being guarded by Etchison. She'll back up now. nearly loses it. She'll give it up top to Bogle. Over to Keating. Keating will fire up the three-point shot. That one bounces high off the rim and into the hands of Independence. They'll give it up to Richenberger. She's wide open. A left-handed layup goes. Puts Indy up 55-37. Chanute going to drop this one here tonight. Still trying on the offensive end. Noonan gets to the bucket. Shot won't go, but Anna Kate Noonan going to earn a trip to the free throw line this time.
Charged with the first personal foul, and I am McPherson. Shooting 2 of the Blue Comets.
Well, I'm glad to see Chanute still being aggressive, taking the ball to the basket.
Yeah, Anna Kate Noonan, the 5'7" freshman, she's played some quality minutes off the bench. Here the last couple games, and Chanute obviously struggling a little bit this year, but a thing to keep in mind is some of the best players that we've seen this year for Chanute. Peyton Shields, Kearney Fulmer, both sophomores. Anna Kate Noonan, freshman.
The future definitely looks bright.
Ashley and Kelsey Haviland, both sophomores. There's a lot of youth on this team that Chanute's going through right now. So, yeah, future bright for sure. Hit both free throws, made it 55-39, 46 and a half seconds to play. Independent's going to break the press with ease as they get it up into the hands of Abby Veely. She'll give it over to Etchison. She'll dribble around a little bit. Now back to Veely. Chanute still pressuring, 30 seconds on the clock. As Richenberger gives it back up top to Veely. Independence just trying to play a big game of keep away right now. As so far they have with success. Coach Fox, he's one of those coaches that he's not going to tell his team to back off until about 10 seconds, which he does now. And he wanted that as a coaching experience, is let the kids play. But we will. I'm good with that. Nobody was fouling, but they were playing tight defense. I like that. You make your kids play. That way they know what, you got to play a full 48 minutes. That's not 32 minutes basketball. Wrong sport. NBA time. Anyway, Blue Comet girls fall here in this one, 55-39. We're going to send it back to the studio for 3 minutes. And when we come back, we will have your post-game show and final game stats. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z 95.3. Back here at Chanute High School. Again, girls falling by a final score.
55 to
39. Is that right? 55-39?
39, yeah.
I didn't write it down. That's my bad.
That's
55-39, girls falling here in this one. It was a tough Independence team. We knew coming in that although Independence, kind of a young team as well, as they had quite a few kids on their team that had experience, that have played a while, especially the likes of Abby Veely. And Veely had quite a night here as she finishes over 20 points. We'll get the final game stats here in a few moments from Jay, but impressive tonight as Abby Veely able to go over 20, and they got some good bench production as well. On the flip side of things for Chanute, couldn't really get anything going consistently, as it felt like there was a few times that Peyton Shields would have a few good shots. Had a couple threes go in early, but overall just couldn't keep a consistent night of offense going, as just 39 points on the board for Chanute, and most of the time that's not going to be enough to win the ball game. You got those stats ready for us, Jay?
I do. Peyton
All
Shields.
right, Jay, with the final game stats.
Peyton Shields finished with 10 points. Kelsey Havlin finished with 8. Bogle finished with 2. How do you say this Fulmer's first name? Kearney. Kearney. She had a great game. She had 16 points. She was 4 or 5 shooting the second half. And Kate Noonan had 2 points there on 2 free throws late. For Independence, Riley Richenberger had 11. Abby Veely, is that how you say it? She had 21. Stover had 4. Mercy Smith had 5. And Mana McPherson had 10 points off the bench.
Manaya,
that's what I said.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said.
Just like football. That's why I keep you around.
That's why I'm here.
That's right.
To make sure that you get the names wrong 16 games in a row.
Hey.
And then the last game, you're like, whatever, season's over. That's why I brought Jay back.
I never heard nothing from nobody's parents, so I'm good.
I'm going to personally start texting parents and have them complain about you.
Thanks.
Even when games that you're not calling anymore.
I'm sure that'd be all right.
And also, just to debunk a rumor that was absolutely not true, and Caden, if you're out listening, you'll want to hear this as well. There was a rumor swirling that we had to bring Jay in due to falling ratings. I can assure you that the ratings have not improved or declined since Jay left. And if they did, it had nothing to do with Jay leaving.
Now you know that's not true.
The ratings are bad because I've been sick for 2 months and I just keep coughing on air. That's why the ratings are bad. But
we'll go with your story, whatever.
Nonetheless, tough loss here tonight for the Chanute girls. Again, as a reminder, we talked about it a tiny bit in pregame, but Friday night's game, originally scheduled at Parsons, has been postponed. That game will be made up on February 1st. So, again, neither the guys nor the girls will play Friday night in Parsons. So if that one is on your schedule, do a double take on that one. It has been rescheduled for February 1st in Parsons. And so the next games for these teams, for the Chanute girls, will be on the road in Colby. Yes, you heard me correct. No, yeah, Colby. Isn't that right?
Colby, Kansas?
Colby, Kansas, yes.
You enjoy that ride.
No, we're unfortunately, I do have to announce we will not be covering the girls' tournament out in Colby. It's the Colby Invitational.
That's not very nice of you.
Wasn't my call? I personally was 100% okay with traveling out to Colby, Kansas. Mainly because never mind. I would have enjoyed a nice couple of days out in western Kansas. As it would have been fun for sure. Here we go. Yeah, so with the Parsons game being postponed, it'll be the mid-season tournament at Colby. If you're not aware, yes, that's about a 6-hour drive out there. I do not know this for sure. I'm going to assume the team is staying out there.
Yeah, that would be exit 53 on I-70.
Is it?
That's 53 miles from the Colorado border.
Yeah. So I assume they're going to stay out there. I don't have confirmation on that yet, but if not, that's one heck of a bus ride. We will have the guys game here tonight. We'll get into that one here in a few minutes, but the guys game being postponed Friday night, their next game after tonight will be next Thursday here in the Ralph Miller tournament. And we'll get into that here in a little bit, but that'll be an exciting tournament. If you like good, entertaining basketball, you really need to come out to the gym next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, as that is going to be an extremely fun one. Again, we'll get into it a little bit more, but some big-name schools coming to Chanute to battle in that one. But here again, the girls falling tonight. Final score 55-39, a 16-point loss. They fall. Drop another one in league play after picking up their first league win last Friday at Coffeyville, but going to have to wait a couple weeks now, to try to pick up league win number 2. And so again, girls falling 55-39. We're going to send it back to the studio again for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll have your guys pregame. You've been listening to Chanute Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, pregame of the guys game here at the Subway of Chanute Scores Table. Again, I'm Brett Shields, joined tonight by Jay McGarry. Jay, should be an exciting one here in the guys game as, again, no Caden Seamster here tonight as he'll be out due to health and safety protocols. Hopefully he'll be back ready to go next week as they will for sure need him in the Ralph Miller. We talked about before we get into this one, we had talked a little bit about the Ralph Miller there at the end of the girls' post-game show. But, again, after this game, the next time that the Chanute boys will play will be in the Ralph Miller. That'll be a 6-team tournament. Those 6 teams will be Chanute, Bishop Miege, who is currently ranked 3 in 4A. They've actually fallen off their pedestal of being the number 1 team in every sport, every time, everywhere. So they've been knocked down to 3, but Bishop Miege will be here. Emporia, who is not ranked but very good, Andover Central, who is currently ranked 3rd in 5A. Shawnee Mission South, who is ranked 6th in 6A. And Carthage, Missouri, who is like 9-2, I believe, last I saw. And they are they're good. Let's just put it that way. They're good.
They're good, huh?
A lot of really, really good teams in that tournament. Well, 6 really, really good teams going to be in that tournament. Going to be tough for Chanute. I haven't heard yet if there will be any changes with COVID protocols and whatnot. I know every year, they have the 3-point shootout, the dunk contest on Saturday. They let the coaches do a free throw shooting contest. It's a fun time, but last year they didn't do any of that with COVID. Last year, Chanute actually didn't play in the Ralph Miller for the first time in, to my knowledge, forever.
I would say that had been a long time since.
But that was due to because Chanute didn't play for like 2 weeks last year due to COVID protocols. I believe they even had their game against Iola and Coffeyville moved last year, or postponed anyway. But able to make up the league games and whatnot. But had to sit out the Ralph Miller, so Chanute did play a shortened schedule last year. But a little more focused on tonight. Here tonight, Chanute obviously hosting Independence. Chanute once again going to be shorthanded without Caden Seamster. And in my opinion, that actually could be a little problematic because Independence comes in with one of the best players in the league, that 6'7" center/forward, whatever you want to call him, Easton Ewing. And Ewing has had some big games this year, scoring in the 30s and 40s. And it's something Caden and I talked about multiple times. Once on air, but multiple times off the air. And one of those notes is Easton Ewing was going to be the best player on the floor when these two teams played. But there was a really good chance Chanute would have the next 5. Now, that included Caden Seamster. I still think there's a good opportunity that that's the case. Chanute might have the next 5 best players. But Chanute doesn't have anybody that can really hang with 6'7". And that could be a huge problem. Last year when these two teams faced off, Ewing obviously was a big threat. And Ewing just a junior, so Ewing's been starting since a freshman. But last year as a sophomore really kind of came into his own. But the game in Independence, Caden Seamster, I won't say he locked down Easton Ewing, but he did a really good job of denying the entry pass and just pestering Easton Ewing, and really got Easton Ewing like frustrated, like visibly frustrated. And Easton Ewing's a good kid, kind of similar to Abby Veely for the Independence girls, real level-headed, doesn't let his emotions get to him. And Caden Seamster got to him, and Ewing, you could tell, was clearly frustrated. But again, Seamster not available tonight, so anxious to see what Chanute does in their attempt to attack Easton Ewing on both ends of the floor. The one thing you can try to do is get him in foul trouble, because once he goes to the bench, Independence falls off tremendously. They do have coming off the bench another 6'7" junior in Max Puderball. But Puderball doesn't see the floor a whole lot, more of a JV player. So it'll really be Ewing and then a bunch of the smaller guys. Camden Julian, the young sophomore, can be a potential threat inside. But Chanute, their best plan of attack really needs to be, if any way possible, get Ewing into foul trouble, because that would be glorious to get him off the floor. Because if he's not on the floor, Chanute is by far and away the better team out here tonight.
I haven't personally seen, like I said, either one of these teams play. I'm excited to see Ewing play tonight and see what he brings to the table.
Yeah, I showed you a clip from their Pittsburgh game. He had a putback dunk, and I mean, it was really with ease, where he just threw it down. And he's a good player. And I'll tell you this, from what I've heard from other people, this isn't a knock on. It's a knock on him, but it's nothing personal. He takes some plays off. Basketball, from what I've been told, not his favorite sport. He loves baseball. He's a baseball guy, right? You look at him, and part of that, yeah, yes, out here on this floor, he looks like a world beater. But you got to keep in mind, at the next level, a 6'7" center is nothing.
Right.
You go into the college ranks, and 6'7" is a
wing
is
player.
a small forward. Right. I mean, so and he doesn't have much of an outside shot, not much of a touch on his shot. He's a decent free throw shooter, but when he has to jump shoot, the shot's not there. Not much of a ball handler, so he's really just a premier inside guy. But he can be deadly because he can really hurt you. And when he does force fouls, like I said before, he's a pretty good free throw shooter. So something to keep an eye on to see how Chanute attacks it.
Right, and I think this is the first time that Independence has had size in quite a while.
They had Davian Lewis there for a couple years, but he was more. He was just as big as Ewing, but in his mind and in his heart, he was a guard. He wanted to be. He was a 6'6" guard. He wanted to play guard so bad, and but yeah.
Well, I understand that. I mean, when I graduated, we had 6'6", 6'4", and 6'3" across the front line.
Independence had a team in 2015 that they were full of guards, and they had a little bit of an inside game, but it was definitely guard-oriented, and they had a 20-0 perfect season. And with that being said, it was a 20-0 perfect season that ended from Chanute, a Chanute team that they played that game down at Lebec County. And it was a good finish there as Chanute ended the perfect season. But that was, 7 years ago now, and probably need to quit living in the past. I never liked to bring that up when I was calling games for Independence, but now on the Chanute side, I love to bring it up, especially when there's Independence people around.
Well, I mean, just in case some people are from Independence are listening, they just remember in the 90s, we also knocked off number 1 state-ranked Chanute Blue Commons.
Hey, easy. Remember which side of the table you're on right now, buddy.
30 years ago, I got to give somebody something.
And they are honoring a few staff members here on the floor here early in this one. And looks like we are going to have the national anthem. So we will send it back to the studio for 2 minutes once again. When we come back, we should be ready to go. We'll have your starters. You're listening to, we'll take a 2-minute timeout, listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z 95.3.
With the passing of senior Nathan Cunningham. Nathan was a beloved member of the
Hey, Mark.
football and wrestling programs. We offer our sincerest condolences to the family of Nate Cunningham.
They are honoring Nathan Cunningham. Please hold it until I ask you to bring it back.
To honor Nathan and the impact he had on the lives of those who knew him. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please continue to stand and face the
Okay.
And now.
Back here at Chanute High School, where great job by the high school band with the national anthem. And starters coming out here on the floor for both teams. And I believe we've got those ready. Did you want to take this one, Jay, or you want me to handle it again?
I'll let you have it again.
All right, I appreciate it, buddy. For the visiting Independence Bulldogs, it will be number 12. That's Cooper Smith. He's a senior. Also number 14, Brecken Birdie. He's a senior as well. Number 15, Camden Julian, the sophomore. Number 22, junior Hayden Smith. And number 23, the big man inside. That's the junior, Easton Ewing. For Chanute, it's going to be number 2, Sean Williams. He's a senior. Joining him in the starting lineup, going to be number 3, Eric Erb. He's a junior. Also number 4, Larson Custer. He's a sophomore. Also starting for the Blue Comets, number 13, Cam Custer. He's a senior. And rounding out the starting lineup for Chanute will be number 22, the junior, Parker Manley. So Manley going to get the start tonight over Parker Henson. Henson started the last few games, but Manley going to get the job tonight. Obviously, Chanute coached by Devin Crabtree, and Independence coached by SEK legend Brad Smith, the longtime Labette County head coach, but he stepped away from coaching for a year or two, and long time, I guess not long time, but tenured head coach at Independence there. Marcus Lanning took the AD job, and when Brad Smith had called it quits at Labette, Marcus knew who he wanted to take over, at least in the short term, and he called up Coach Smith, and Brad Smith said, absolutely, I'll do it, Marcus.
Well, if I was knowing he was looking to get back into coaching, I'd probably try to wrangle him into coming to the other
Yeah,
shade.
that coaching staff, also Jim Blaze on that staff, the longtime Cherryville head coach, so that's a fun staff. Custer and Ewing jump center. Ewing wins that one. Julian gets the tip, tries to go to the hole, misses the shot. Williams comes down with the rebound. He'll go the other way with it. Gives off to Custer. Custer going to take the long three, misses that one. Rebound tipped around and eventually into the hands of Ewing. There's Smith with it. That's Hayden Smith. He'll give it over to Julian on the left wing. Julian guarded by Lars Custer. Picks up his dribble and gets it up top to Birdie. Birdie guarded by Manley as they get it inside to Ewing. Ewing long two-point shot. That one won't go. And going to get a foul on the floor. Possession going to go back to Chanute.
I think they
foul if they out of bounds.
Out of bounds, I believe.
Okay. So Williams to bring it up the floor. He'll give to Custer. Now over to Manley. Manley back to Lars. Lars into the corner to Sean Williams. He'll drive, kick it back out to Erb. And they'll swing it around back to Lars. Lars tries to give it to Manley right as Manley was cutting inside. But Sean Williams there to pick it up. Williams just throws one up at the basket and loses his shoe and then commits the foul coming down. That'll be the first one on Sean Williams. First team foul for either team.
He just had a mess of problems right there.
First team foul on Chanute for the half.
Uniform issue, I guess. I've never understood why that's a big deal, but they don't pay me to worry about that. So Julian with it, gives off to Birdie. They go inside to Ewing. Ball stripped away. Good job, Lars Custer. As he'll bring it up the floor, being guarded by Julian. He'll go all the way inside. And a late whistle, but they're going to call an offensive foul on Lars Custer as Hayden Smith hit the deck. It's the first foul on Custer. Usually it's Cam committing those over-aggressive charge fouls, but it was Lars this time. Independence bringing it down the floor. We're still scoreless in this one. Ball stolen away by Williams. Between the legs dribble, nearly loses it, gets it back. Goes into the corner to Manley. Parker Manley fires up the three, well short. And nobody wants to score in this one.
They're playing for a tie.
Yeah. Ewing with it, drives baseline, backs down Erb, and Easton Ewing right to the bucket. Erb just not a good matchup there on Easton Ewing. Custer with it, gives over to Manley on the left wing. Now back to Custer. Custer goes inside, and Custer likes that shot, but not with Ewing on the inside. Now a three-point shot put up. It's missed. Rebound goes to Independence. They'll toss it out to Hayden Smith. Smith, full head of steam, gives off to Julian. Now to Birdie. Screen set by Ewing. Now he'll kick it back up top. Yes, that's Cooper Smith. Three-point shot put up by Birdie. It's missed. Rebound goes to Manley. Manley going to bring it up the floor. Now gives to Cam Custer. Now to Erb. Back to Cam. Give it to Williams. He'll go baseline. Ball swatted out of bounds. A great block. That was Cooper Smith.
No hesitation there on that block.
Nope, not at all. Williams will inbound. He throws it up top to Manley. Manley picks up his dribble, gives off to Lars Custer. Now to Cam. Cam in the corner up top to Williams. They'll swing it around. It makes its way into the corner to Manley. Manley going to dribble out of it. And he'll give to Cam Custer. As he tried to go inside, it was swatted away. As Julian quickly going the other way, puts up the high shot off the glass. And Camden Julian gets to 4-0 Independence. 4:20 to play in this one. As Erb comes inside, shot won't go as it just hit the back of the rim, then bounced off the front of the rim and out. Independence now with it. Now to Birdie, now to Smith, now to Hayden Smith. He'll fire up the three, and that won't go. Williams brings it down the floor. Get it into the hands of Cam Custer. Chanute swinging it around now to Erb in the corner. Back to Williams. Williams gets inside and get a foul on the shot. Sean Williams going to go to the free throw line. As it looks like Brecken Birdie. Excuse me, that's Camden Julian committing the foul.
Holy cow.
First free throw missed. We're 4 minutes and 16 seconds into this one. Chanute yet to score.
There we go.
Second free throw goes.
Broke the egg there.
Yeah, 4-1. Haven't scored, but you got 1 point, and it's all of a sudden a one-possession game. Smith brings it down, being guarded by Williams. Gets it over to Birdie. Back to Smith. He'll skip pass over to Julian. He'll go to Cooper Smith, who then shuffles the feet. And that'll be a turnover. Possession going to go back to the Blue Comets. Manley inbounds, gets it to Williams. Sean Williams going to bring it up the floor for Chanute. Lars Custer with it, gets to Williams. Erb in the corner. Good
He's off to an 0 for 6 start from the floor.
Yeah, and they haven't all been great shots either.
No.
Erb driving inside, hesitates, puts the shot up, and Eric Erb gets that one to go. Cuts the lead down to 1, 2:50 to play in the first quarter. Hayden Smith now gives it to Cooper Smith. They'll swing it around and get it inside to Ewing. And Ewing, too easy. Once he gets it inside at the rim, it's almost an automatic make. Just got to deny that entry pass.
And that's what I didn't understand about Independence's offense. My whole offense would run through him.
Custer going to take the three. Cam Custer drills the three. And the student section rowing the boat over here next to us. Love the celebration here by the kids.
They're excited.
Hey, Keisha doesn't like Cam celebrating, so we'll let the students do it.
Absolutely.
Long 2-point shot put up and bounces around and goes in. That's Hayden Smith. Puts Independence back up top 8-6. Lars Custer with it, gets it to Cam. Thought Cam might pull up from out there, but not yet.
I'm sure he thought about it.
Gives off to Williams. Williams picks up his dribble, gives to Lars, now to Manley. Now Custer. Gives it to Williams in the corner. Sean Williams driving baseline. Lars Custer thought about the three. Spin move on the inside. Left-handed shot won't go as he'll fight for his own rebound. Now stolen away. And layup good for Cooper Smith. I think everybody in the gym wearing orange or black wanted that ball to go to Ewing so he could throw it down. Custer with it. Ewing guarding.
Right now is the perfect time to attack inside if Ewing's going to come out to the three-point line and guard.
Custer thought about the three. Ewing guarding now. Custer going to drive inside and going to get a foul on the floor. Ewing got the block, but they're going to get Cooper Smith with the foul before on the help defense.
Cooper Smith picks up his first personal foul, second team foul. To the line for 2.
That's a good idea by Cam to drive that ball.
And senior Davis Merrick going to check in.
And for the Blue Comets, number 31, Parker Henson.
Parker Henson going to check in for Chanute. Second free throw good. So we've actually got 2 players in the Kansas Football Shrine Bowl. The clock never started. But anyways, I was saying we got 2 members of the Kansas Shrine Bowl team in the gymnasium tonight. Didn't know if you knew that. For Chanute, obviously. Colton LeCrone made the team. He's over here in the student section. Also, Davis Merrick for Independence. He'll be the Shrine Bowl kicker.
Awesome. Just playing the Shrine Bowl.
That's a heck of an
honor.
achievement. Yeah,
Right.
That's an honor. Ball nearly stolen away. 3-point shot put up by Smith. It's missed. Rebound goes to Williams. Chanute an opportunity to tie or take the lead here. 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. They give it to Henson. He'll pass off to Manley. Now back to Custer. Custer a free lane to the bucket. Lots of contact. No foul called. Kick it out to Williams. His three won't go. Manley gets the rebound. Custer going to take the three. That won't go. Rebound fought for. It's Erb. He'll kick out. Cam will get one more. And Cam Custer, right before the buzzer, drills the three. Gives Chanute the lead, 11-10. We'll send it back to the studio for 1 minute. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z 95.3. back here at Chanute High School. Chanute will have the basketball, and they promptly turn it over 8 seconds into the quarter. And Davis Merrick with it in the corner. Now to Hayden Smith. They'll swing it around into the hands of Ewing. Ewing going to drive inside. And Herb flop, but they get a traveling call on Easton Ewing. He doesn't like it, but that'll be a turnover. Possession back to Chanute. Glad you understood my sign language.
Well, it happens.
Don't worry, guys. It wasn't that sign. 11-10. I like Jay, so I wouldn't give him that one.
Liar.
7:20 to play here, second quarter. Chanute on top 11-10 with the basketball. Custer with it, hands off to Henson. Bounce pass, tried to get it to Lars Custer, but couldn't get it between the two defenders. Independence comes up with it. Smith in the corner, he'll travel. Cooper Smith. We tried to hand that ball or pass the ball to the official. Cam Custer just took it out of his hands. I was waiting for some sort of retaliation, but nothing. Herb with it. He'll drive inside. Kicks out to Lars. Lars Custer going to take the three, and Lars drills it. I know you haven't seen this, Jay, but Lars Custer doesn't look like a basketball player. And I say that only because that's what I look like at that age. I'm a redhead. Me and Lars, similar. Lars is a heck of a lot better basketball player than I ever was. That kid can shoot the three. Chanute quickly down the floor, gets it to Williams, and Sean Williams lays it in right over the top of Ewing.
Well, he's built kind of like a linebacker.
Yeah. They get it over to Julian. Up top to Hayden Smith. Now back to Julian. Looking for help. Throws it up top to Merrick. Now to Smith. They get it inside to Ewing. And no defense for Ewing once he gets the ball inside. Just unable to deny that entry pass. Chanute up 16-12, 5:35 to play in the second. Lars Custer pump fakes the three, now out to Cam, who's guarded by Ewing. He'll give it to Herb. Now Herb going to drive inside, picks up his dribble. Oh, they called an offensive foul on Herb.
His first personal foul, 13th foul on Chanute. Entering the lineup for the Bulldogs, number 14.
I don't disagree with the call.
I think he extended his arm.
I feel like I heard the whistle before the contact, like it was anticipated. Kind of made me feel like it was going to be a traveling call, but nonetheless, the call was right. Just Independence with it now, trailing by 4. Julian going to take the three, and Camden Julian drains the three from up top, cuts it to a 1-point Chanute lead.
Somebody's got to step out on that. They can't let him have that shot all night.
Lars Custer with it. Tried to go, looked inside for Williams, just wasn't there. Now Custer with it. He'll hand off to Herb. He'll go back to Lars. They'll swing it into the corner. Now back up top. Chanute being very patient with their offense. Ball nearly stolen away. It is stolen away by Ewing. And nice pass by Easton Ewing to get it over to Camden Julian. Independence takes a 1-point lead as Chanute will take a 30-second timeout. And we'll actually keep it here through this timeout. Yeah, that was a really good pass. Just kind of flick of the wrist as Ewing was trying to track it down and knew if he did, he was either going to have to plant his feet, which for a big guy, not easy to do, or just run out of bounds with it. And instead, he just put one hand on the ball and just pushed it across the lane where a cutting Camden Julian came and laid it in with ease. And Chanute back on top. Yeah, Independence on top with a 5-0 run here. all by Camden Julian.
Well, that was good awareness by Ewing to know where his teammate was to flick that ball over there like
Absolutely it was. Henson inbounding as he'll give to Sean Williams. Williams going to bring it up the floor. And give off to Eric Erb, who now gives to Lars Custer. Larson gets it inside to Williams. As Williams spins on the inside, kicks it out to Lars. Lars going to fire from three. And Larson Custer drills the three once again, putting Chanute back on top. Independence coach Brad Smith frustrated on that one. Birdie with it. He checked back in for Independence. He's in the corner. Thought about the three. Sidesteps. Now puts the three up. Leaves it a hair short. And great job by Williams going up and getting that rebound right in front of Ewing. Williams coast to coast. And great job, Sean Williams finishing at the rim. Just over the outstretched fingertips of Camden Julian. Chanute up 21-17. Custer now defending. Julian gets inside and just gets past Parker Henson. And now we're going to have a 30-second timeout by Independence. We'll take this one, 30 seconds. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, Blue Comets leading 21-19. As Parker Manley checking back into the game for the Blue Comets. Chanute with the basketball. Under 3 to play here in the second quarter. As Manley with it now, he'll hand off to Custer. Cam. And now around to Henson. Parker Henson going to fire the three. And Parker Henson from the left wing drills a three-point shot. Puts Chanute up 5. 2:40 to play in the second quarter. And ball stolen away. And it goes off the fingertips of Ewing. Possession back to Chanute. Chanute going to bring it down the floor. It's into the hands of Cam Custer. Now over to Henson. Erb with it in the corner. He'll bring it back up top. Swinging around to Henson. Henson, the hot hand, thought about the three. Now Cam Custer going to take the three. And that one swirls around in. Looked like a blender going down, but it went down with ease. 27-19. Under 2 to play in the second quarter. Julian with it, gets it out to Ewing. Ewing needs to do something. Nice pass. Gets it over to Cooper Smith. Easton Ewing, a little bit of Nikola Jokic in his bag right there. Right. We've seen 2 great passes in the last few minutes, but Chanute been cooking from outside in these last few possessions.
He passes it well for a big man.
Williams inside, kicks it out to Erb. Erb going to try, and Eric Erb wants into the party. He hits a three of his own, puts Chanute up 9, 30-21. Hayden Smith now gives to Julian, back to Smith. He'll drive baseline, kicks it up top to Cooper Smith. Now Julian. Now back to the corner to Smith. Julian up top. Great defense here by Chanute. Henson trying to guard the baseline And strong move to the bucket for Camden Julian. He'll go to the free throw line as he'll be able to shoot 2. Parker Henson picks up the foul. That's his first.
2 shots for the Bulldogs, number 15, Camden Julian.
Chanute played really, really good defense there.
First free throw good by Julian.
That touched just about everything he could touch before falling through the basket there.
Second free throw by Julian, good as well. So lead cut to 7, 45 seconds to play. We'll see what Chanute chooses to do here with this possession. Williams with it on the left wing. He'll drive inside all the way to the bucket. Kicks out to Manley. Manley going to drive. He'll kick out to Custer. Custer going to take another 3. Not this time, and Sean Williams going to get charged with the push as he goes over the back of Hayden Smith. Possession going to go back to Independence. Hey, how many fouls we have in the girls' game?
5, 6, 7, 11,
Hayden
13,
Smith.
13 for the Blue Comets.
Julian with it. Into Ewing. Ewing, longer 2-point shot. That one won't go. With 10 seconds left. I bring it up. There's only been 7 total fouls here in this first half. Chanute with it. Clock down to 5. Lars Custer going to take the 3, and nobody guarding him. Lars Custer says, thank you very much. I'll take that, baby. 33-23 as we head to the half. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have your Labette Health halftime show. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. back here at Chanute High School. Here at halftime, 33-23. Chanute leading Independence, and Chanute doing a great job on the defensive end. As we talked about in pregame coming into this one, they were going to have to do everything they could to just not let Easton Ewing do everything he wanted to do. And to this point, they've done a good job. They've let the entry pass get in there a few times, and he's scored a few points. But overall, they've done a really good job closing out on him. And on the flip side of things, Easton Ewing's going to be a problem in the middle. So how do you beat that? You shoot the ball from the outside where he's not defending a whole lot. Chanute has been on fire from behind the arc. And, Jay, you about ready for some stats on there, or are you still counting them up? I'll let Jay count a little more. Here in this one, we've seen some good shots put up. And speaking of those three-point shots, whether it's been Cam Custer, Larson Custer, Eric Erb got in Parker Henson got in on one. I mean, everybody there in that second quarter seemed like they wanted to shoot a three-point shot and able to extend that lead out to 10. And Jay is going to tell us how we got there.
Hey, we hit eight three-pointers in the first half.
So that's
definitely extended that defense
24 of your 33 points have come from behind the line.
And Chanute is 12 of 21. 57% they're shooting in the first half.
So they made 8 threes and 4 twos.
Right.
Great.
Yeah. Well, no, 2 twos and 2 free throws.
Yes, wow.
So, or 3 twos and 2 free throws.
Yeah.
I'll get it right eventually.
Yeah, one of these days.
Yeah, well, I'm not a math major. And Independence was 10 of 19, 53% in the first half. So both teams shooting the ball well. Just Chanute is shooting the ball from three-point land a lot better. Let's see. Sean Williams, he had 5 in the first half. Eric Erb, he had 5 in the first half. Lars Custer.
Custer.
That's what I said. Shut up. I did it all football year. Leave me alone.
You did.
He had 9 in the first half. Cam, we're just going to leave it at that. He had 11 in the first half. Parker Henson had 1 3. And that rounds out the scoring for Chanute. For Independence, Cooper Smith had 4. Cam and Julian, he had 11 in the first half. And Easton Ewing, he had 6.
So
that's where we've got. We've done a really good job of keeping the ball out of the inside, keeping it from
Ewing just the 6 points, and it's really been Julian that's kept him in this. Is Cam Julian with nearly half of Independence points so far. Really been a tight one here so far in this one until the three-point shot started to fall for Chanute. And that's something we've seen out of this team, whether it was in Fort Scott when Cam Custer went for 42 or when it was in Rose Hill when both Cam and Lars went for 20-plus and both had a hot hand from the outside. So we know this is a team that they like to shoot from the outside, and when they get hot, look out. And keep in mind, this is a Chanute team a little shorthanded tonight as Caden Seamster not available to play. Again, we hope he's here, ready to go next week. Still no official word on that, but again, he is out tonight due to health and safety protocols.
Well, we've shot the ball really well from deep in there in the first half. Hopefully we can continue in the second half and shoot that ball well from outside.
Yes, indeed. And again, something we talked about a little bit at halftime of the girls' game, and something I'm going to read off again here at halftime of the guys' game. Since I first heard the news Saturday morning, I knew immediately that this was going to be part of my responsibility to speak about Nathan Cunningham. Before I read this, I want to say that personally I am not someone that handles loss well, even when it's someone that I don't know on a personal level. With that being said, this is a pre-written statement, but please bear with me. Saturday morning's tragedy struck Chanute. Chanute High School senior Nathan Cunningham passed away peacefully in his sleep. Nate was the Chanute Blue Comet with all of his heart. He played football, he wrestled, and was part of the CHS band. He was a 2-year starter varsity offensive lineman for the CHS Blue Comet football team He was voted Blue Comet Offensive Lineman of the Year, and he was a 2-time All-SEK first-team offensive lineman and honorable mention All-State offensive lineman. Nate was a 3-year varsity heavyweight wrestler for the CHS True Blue Wrestling Team, where he led the team with the most escapes. In 2021, he placed third at the Kansas 4A State Heavyweight Wrestler. Nate was a second-team All-SEK wrestler, a KWCA Honorable Mention All-Conference, and KWCA Honorable Mention All-Academic wrestler. And he was currently ranked as the #1 wrestler in the 285-pound weight class for the Kansas 4A division. He was also ranked 5th in the 285 weight class for the Kansas All-State. He also played the tuba in the CHS band. Nate was not just a great athlete, but an outstanding young man as well. As the news broke Saturday morning, Chanute High School head football coach Cleet Frizzell released a statement. One part of that read, "Nate was a perfect example of not taking days for granted. The way he treated people within our community is something that had always stood out to me. Nate treated people with kindness and care. The only thing bigger than Nate was his heart." A Celebration of Life memorial will be held Friday, January 14th, 2020 at 4 p.m. in the Chanute High School Gymnasium. Nate's family has requested that all who attend dress casually, whether it's sweats, shorts, t-shirts, hoodies, or etc. Please wear your Blue Comet gear to show pride for Nate. On behalf of everyone here at KINZ, to the young man that everyone knew as Big Nate, rest in peace. We're ready to start the third quarter here at Chanute High School. Independence will start with the basketball. Chanute leading 33-23.
The second half, forward, Indy, number 12, Cooper Smith, 14, Brendan Birdie, 15.
Hayden Smith with the basketball.
22, Hayden Smith, and 23, Easton Ewing.
Guarded by Williams. He'll give it in to Birdie. Look to go inside to Ewing. Entry pass denied. Good job by the Chanute defense. They'll give it back to Hayden Smith. Now to Julian.
Junior Eric Erb.
Cooper Smith with it now. Back out to Julian. They try to go inside, and it's stolen away. Good job. Quick hands there by Eric Erb.
22, junior.
Sean Williams on the inside as it's thrown away. And they get it up to Smith. Smith. Layup mid. It was blocked by Cam Custer. They call a foul. And Cam Custer can't believe it.
13, Cam Custer picks up his first personal foul. First team
Student
foul.
section a little wild behind me.
For the Bulldogs, number 12.
Jay, anything? That was clean, right?
It looked clean to me. I thought they were actually going to get him with a goaltend.
Yeah, that would have been an okay argument. It was just the first foul on Cam.
He's got 4 more, so we're good.
Second free throw goes for Cooper Smith.
Chanute's got to do a better job of not turning the ball over here.
Yeah, 33-24. Chanute still leading by 9. But, yeah, a lazy turnover that last possession. Can't do that. Erb with it. Hands to Cam Custer. Fakes the shot. Guarded by Ewing. And has to kick it back out. They'll swing it to Manley. Now to Williams. And as Williams goes inside, gets it back to Cam. Cam puts up the floater. It's missed. Gets his own rebound. Kicks out to Williams. Sean Williams going to try the 3. That one bounces around. And Julian comes in and nabs the rebound. And Julian gives off to Smith. Now to Hayden Smith. They lob it up top as Cam Custer hits the ground hard. And he gets up a little slow. Yeah, he hit that court solid.
He did. It was a loud thunk.
Yeah, 2 more points for Ewing. The 33-26. Williams with it. Gives over to Custer. Now skip pass over to Erb. Back up top to Custer. Now to Williams. Williams going to drive baseline. Kicks out to Erb in the corner. Good look from the outside. And Eric Erb fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 3. And Eric Erb, who has become the king of falling down on three-point shots for the second time this season, going to earn a trip to the free throw line where maybe, possibly, he shouldn't have.
Well, eventually he'll see these same officials again, and he probably won't get that same call.
First free throw goes for Herb. Hey, it's part of the game. Part of the game, Jay. Second free throw for Herb. This one's missed, but he'll get one more. So third attempt from Eric Herb. So Herb 2 of 3 from the line. First 2 points of the second half for Chanute as they extend the lead back out to 9, 35-26. Independence trying to get it inside. And going to get a traveling violation on Cooper Smith. Possession back to the Blue Comets. Ewing trying to get his team gathered up and under control. Williams with it. He gets inside. He'll kick it out to Herb. Herb going to drive in, puts up the high floater. That one rolls out. It was a good look from Eric Herb. Hayden Smith going all the way to the basket, and Hayden Smith finishes. Gets 2 with an opportunity for one more. And he'll have an opportunity to cut this lead down to 6.
Slowly chipping away at this lead.
Free throws good. 35-29.
Chanute needs a solid possession right here.
Pass goes over to Lars Custer. He'll swing it around. It makes its way into the corner to Herb. Now he'll give it to Lars Custer, guarded by Julian. Good job by Julian cutting off the lane to the bucket. Parker Manley with it now as it's nearly thrown away. Great save there by Cam Custer. Custer being guarded by Ewing. Ball tipped away. Chanute able to reset as it makes its way into the hands of Lars Custer. Gives to Manley. Manley had nowhere to go. Nearly throws it away again, but Sean Williams able to run it down this time. An aggressive defense here by Independence as Williams able to fight through it. Williams going to go all the way to the bucket, puts up the floater, misses everything, and eventually Independence comes up with it. That possession deserved to have points.
It did. They moved the ball really well, and
three-point shot was put up by Hayden Smith, missed everything, but Birdie under the basket. His shot goes. Chanute's lead down to 4. (35-31). Custer with it. Extended defense, physical defense by Ewing. He'll give off to Williams, now over to Herb. Back to Custer. And going to get a hold on Ewing. Hey, Ewing's like, all right, I'll take it. Like, they've been letting him do it, so he's, I mean, well, that's the first foul on Ewing. I mean, Ewing just kind of nodded. He's just kind of been waiting for that call, so.
Well, now he knows.
He was just trying to send a message, and, I mean, it was working. Three-point shot put up by Custer. That one rattles in. Custer gives a look to the student section, lets them know, yeah, I'm still here, baby. Got a timeout on the floor. We'll take 30 seconds with them. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, Blue Comets back up 7, 38-31, 3:18 to play in the third quarter after a big three-point shot by Cam Custer. Brad Smith over there working that official. So wait for that phantom call to come. Not to say that would ever happen, but Brecken Birdie puts up a three in the corner. That one's missed. And Hayden Smith tries to throw it off the legs of Larson Custer. It didn't work. Oh, wow. Brad Smith livid, and he should be, as Brecken Birdie's shot swatted down by Williams, but lots of contact on that one. Independence with every right to be frustrated after that. So Williams with it, gives off to Manley. Now he swings it around to Cam Custer. Cam's going to fire that three if Ewing gives him the space. Cam picks up his dribble inside to Herb. Herb kicks it back out now to Lars. Back to Cam. Cam fires the three, and it won't go. And, man, it just felt like everything looked so good.
Right.
Oh, man. This gym would have exploded if Cam hits that three. Birdie with it. His three-point shot well short. Wonder if Herb might have got a hand on that one. And Herb swats it down, and they get a call this time. That might be a makeup call from the last one because that one looked as clean as it gets.
I don't think the student section liked that one bit.
It's her second personal foul. To the line for two. Indy's number 23, Easton Ewing.
It'll send Ewing to the line. Ewing, a pretty good free throw shooter, even at that 6'7" size.
Seems to have a soft touch on that shot from the free
Yeah,
throw.
as long as it's not a jump shot, it's not a big deal. But his jump shot from more than like 4 feet away from the basket, not great. But if he can set his feet and just throw it up there, he's got a good-looking shot.
Well, I don't.
Second free throw for Ewing. Missed that one well short. So splits the pair. The lead 6, 38-32, 1:50 to play in the third quarter. Custer with it. Gives over to Lars Custer. He'll dribble around the screen. He'll step back. He'll take the three. Lars Custer this time. Top of the key. Step back three. 41-32, 1:35 to play. Student section going crazy. Merrick with it. He'll kick up top. Now inside to Ewing. Ewing turns, puts up the two-point shot. It goes. Lead back down to 7. 80 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Parker Henson waiting at the table. Manley gives over to Cam Custer. Now to Lars. Lars back to Cam. Cam thought about the three. Now gives back to Lars. Lars going to fire another one. This one won't go. Offensive rebound run down by Manley. He'll give to Cam inside to Herb. Herb has to pick up his dribble. Gives to Cam. And Cam can't get the shot to go. And Cam arguing that he's on his way down. Cam has a little bit of an argument. But Smith got a mailbox set at Quikrete, and that baby was set up. Cam has a little bit of an argument that he was on the way down. But
right. I mean, as an Independence coach, not disrespecting any one of these kids, but I would tell Mr. Birdie, don't you shoot the ball again.
Ouch. So 7-point lead for Chanute. 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Julian with it. They get it in to Ewing. Ewing hesitates, puts up the two-point shot. It won't go. Rebound goes to Cam Custer, and they're going to get a reach. As see who the foul's called on. It'll be the second on Ewing. Ewing clearly doesn't like it.
Team foul number 3 on the Bulldogs.
So 27 seconds and counting. See if Chanute holds for the last shot. Indy going to play tight defense here. Hayden Smith pressuring. Now Julian pressuring Lars Custer. Lars going to drive to the bucket. Left hand. Couldn't get the English. But he'll get to the line to shoot two. Man, I thought that spin he had on that ball was going to sit on that rim and fall in.
Julian is charged with his second personal foul.
It was a heck of a move by Lars.
Rolled up Red Red, Comets, Sophomore, Larson Custer.
You know, Camden Julian was hot for Independence there.
He hasn't scored this half, has he?
Not even attempted a shot.
First free throw a little long by Larson. Julian going to check out, actually, for the final 12 seconds of this third quarter as Birdie checks back in. Second free throw for Larson. Rattles around and out, so missed them both. Independence going to get the last chance here. Clock down to 6, and they throw it away, and an offensive foul as Parker Henson takes the charge, and now Chanute with 4.9 seconds to play, an opportunity to extend this lead. Custer will inbound. Pressure from Independence as Hayden Smith will guard Williams. He'll get it in, throw it right back to Cam. Cam a couple dribbles. He'll get to the three-point line, puts up the shot just off the back of the iron. So after three, Chanute leading 41-34. We'll send it back to the studio for 1 minute. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Ready to start the fourth quarter. Chanute leading 41-34. A 7-point lead for Chanute. Chanute will have possession of the basketball as Eric Erb will inbound.
Chanute 2 of 9 shooting there in the third quarter.
Say that again?
2 of 9 shooting there in the third quarter. Chanute.
Whew, still holding on to a 7-point lead.
Independence 4-9.
Larson Custer with it, gives off to his brother, Cam. Backing down Ewing, gives off to Erb. Erb loses his dribble. And the Independence crowd not liking that, but saying it went off the foot of an Independence defender. Larson Custer trying to inbound it. It'll make its way into the hands of Erb, who gives it off to Williams. Williams sets his feet, puts up the high arcing shot over Easton Ewing, and extends the lead out to 9. Hayden Smith with it now, over to Merrick. Now to Birdie up top. Brecken Birdie guarded by Custer. Now to Ewing. Ewing being guarded by Erb. Going to back him down. Long two-point shot. That won't go. Williams chases down the rebound. Lots of pressure on the sideline. Able to get it out to Custer. Cam brings it down the floor. Now to Erb in the corner. Now to a cutting Sean Williams. And they're going to say Hayden Smith tipped it out of bounds. Possession to stay with Chanute. So Larson Custer to inbound. And nothing there. Going to throw it up to Erb. And he'll give to Larson Custer. He'll take a three and drills it as Julian too aggressive on defense. Larson Custer, what a big shot.
He likes that three-point line.
He loves the three-point line. Merrick with it. Being guarded by Williams. Backdoor pass. And going to get an offensive foul. Great job by Larson Custer as Birdie lifted the knee and went right into Custer. Larson Custer got up and jogged it off, but not quickly.
As I said earlier, as an Independence coach, I would be like, Mr. Birdie, do not shoot the ball.
Even if it's a layup, apparently.
I don't care.
Cam Custer with it. Larson Custer now top of the key. Picks up his dribble. Gives off to Cam. Cam, an advantage over Ewing and going to get a block. And the Independence crowd doesn't like it as Custer went into the defender, but they're going to get the foul on the player that Custer was not going into directly. He got bumped first, did Custer. And that's where the foul will come from. And they charged it on Merrick.
Number 12, Cooper Smith returns to the Indy line.
First free throw doesn't go. He'll get one more. Second free throw for Cam. This one will go. 47-34.
I think Independence is upset with the officiating as Kansas City Chiefs fans do are.
Easy. Birdie going to the bucket. Puts up the shot. It won't go, but Brecken Birdie going to go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Number 3, Aaron Herb picks up his third personal foul. 15th
Third foul on Herb there.
For the Bulldogs and the 14th, Brecken Birdie.
Birdie's free throw won't go. He'll get one more. So Birdie at the line. Free throw up, and this one will go. Cuts the lead to 47-35. Custer inbounding. Now to Lars Custer. He'll bring it up the sideline, and he'll go coast to coast. Shot goes up, and I assume that was a shot, but ended up out in the hands of Cam Custer.
Indy's number 14, Brecken Birdie, charged with his second personal foul. Team foul number 8.
And Brad Smith, Independence head coach, arguing that that's not a shooting foul. He might have a decent argument. First free throw goes for Larson.
The poor coach over there is about as red as you can get right now.
Well, Larson going to get one more. Misses the second.
Too close for him.
Hayden Smith with it now. As he'll go into Henson. No call. And the follow-up for Ewing goes. So lead down to 11, 48-37, 5:40 to play. Custer with it, picks up his dribble, has to give it off to Herb. Herb left-hand dribble, he'll give back to Cam Custer. Cam gets double-teamed, and ball just ripped out of his hands by Hayden Smith. Up to Julian. Julian's left-hand layup will go. And now pressure being applied by Independence. Inbound goes to Larson Custer. He'll go down that sideline and going to get a reach by Camden Julian. And, I mean, that's as clear of a reach as it gets. That's the third foul on Julian.
And we're shooting free throws the rest of the way with 5:09 left to go.
Free throw by Larson goes. That was the front end of a 1-and-1, so earning a second one here will be Custer. Larson. Second free throw up, and that one rolls over and goes in. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a full 60 seconds with them. You're listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, 5:09 to play here in the fourth quarter. Chanute holding on to an 11-point lead, 50-39. As Independence will have the basketball. Independence looking to claw back into this one are the Bulldogs. See what I did there?
Yeah, I saw that.
So Smith going to bring it up the floor, being guarded by Sean Williams. Ewing going to set the screen. He'll kick it out to Julian. Julian going to fire the three, leaves it short. And ball nearly stolen away right into the hands of Williams. Ball still on the ground. Williams somehow coming up with it. That should have been a 10-second violation, but it wasn't. Larson Custer with it now. And pressure being applied. Great job as Cam gets the shot to go. They're going to call a blocking foul. And it was all because Cam didn't go directly into Hayden Smith. Hayden Smith livid. Waiting for the call.
Cam Custer drove for two. Basket is good.
Basket's good, the official call. Now, one official was trying to wave that off. It's a fight for the basketball. Possession arrow will favor Independence. Foul. Go ahead.
I got a feeling with the way the foul situation is being called, this game's going to get a little rough.
Could. I know Hayden Smith's in his own head right now. As he was clearly frustrated after that foul call. I'd like to see him over-aggressive and make some mistakes. Ewing too hard to the basket. Now Ewing flustered. As Julian comes up behind Custer. Just too aggressive once again. And Cam Custer going to go back to the free throw line where he'll shoot two this time. That's the fourth on Julian. And Cam hasn't been great from the line tonight.
3 of 5, 5 of 7.
Cam, normally a pretty good free throw shooter. Hits the first. Yeah, hits that
80%.
one. All right, better than I thought.
That's why we don't let you do the thing.
That's not 80%. It was 75, but hits the second one as well. So 54-39 as we reach the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Hayden Smith, long two. That won't go. And Cam Custer going quickly the other way. Hayden Smith there trying to play tight defense. Picks up his dribble, now gets it to Williams. Ewing playing tight defense. They're going to get Ewing with the reach. Independence is going to foul themselves out of this game. Not as far as players, as they're just going to keep sending Chanute to the line where they're hitting free throws and then not scoring at the other end.
Right.
It was a 9-point game not that long ago, and Chanute just keeps hitting free throws. If there was a minute and a half or so and they were doing this, okay. But with just under 4 minutes left, you're putting the game out of reach by committing fouls, 30 feet away from the basket.
Right, and you're almost down 20. So
both free throws by Williams were good, 56-39. Birdie fires the three and misses that one. Birdie not having a good night shooting. Larson Custer with it. He'll throw it up to Herb. Herb avoids the defender, and he'll just run out of it real quick. Throws it up to Lars Custer. And double team comes once again. He'll give off to Cam Custer. Hayden Smith wants nothing more than to steal the ball from Cam Custer.
He wants to steal the ball from anyone at this
Parker
point.
Henson with it now. Hands to Lars Custer, who was doubled. As he throws it up and right into the hands of Hayden Smith. Throws it up to Julian. Julian going all the way to the bucket. Leaves the layup short. Julian just wants that bucket so bad. Misses the follow-up shot. Birdie another attempt. He misses the shot, but Brecken Birdie going to go to the free throw line to shoot two. What's Birdie from the field?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Picks up his third personal foul to the line for two. Indy's number 14.
1 of 7.
Yeah, 1 of 7
Please
for
stop
Birdie.
shooting the ball.
Yeah, Brecken Birdie not having the best night shooting.
And he would be 1 of 8, but you don't count it as a field goal attempt on a foul.
The first free throw good for Birdie. Second attempt coming. That one rattles out. Offensive rebound for Ewing. His layup goes. And Brad Smith wants a timeout. We'll take 60 seconds with them. Lead down to 14. You're listening to Blue Comma Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School. Chanute up 14, 2:49 to play. And Chanute 56, Independence 42. Chanute trying to inbound under their basket. Goes to Lars Custer. Lars going to try to dribble out of it, being guarded by Hayden Smith. And Smith commits yet another foul, and that sends Larson Custer, a very good free throw shooter, back to the line.
Foul charge to Hayden Smith. Independence is his third personal foul. 10th team shooting 2.
Larson's only 1 of 4 from the line tonight.
Uncharacteristic on that. That's uncharacteristic.
Did he make that first one?
Yes, sir. Second free throw up and good. So Larson hits both, extends the lead back out to 16. 58-42.
All he needed me to do is tell you how bad he was shooting it tonight.
Yeah, that's it. You probably said his name wrong or something.
I'm sure I did.
3-point shot put up by Cooper Smith. That's missed. And it goes out of bounds off the rim. Possession back to Chanute. Cam Custer with it. He'll inbound baseline. Throws it into Larson Custer. He gives to Cam. Cam sprinting down the sideline and keeping it away from Hayden Smith, who was begging to get that ball, just couldn't chase him down. Larson splits the defenders, gets it out to Henson. They'll kick it back up top to Cam Custer. Cam holds it up high, puts the ball on the floor, gets it to Erb, and right through the hands of Eric Erb. They'll go the other way as Ewing dunks it.
Oh, mama!
Right over Sean Williams. And the student section letting Easton Ewing hear it. That was a nice dunk, but yeah, as the student section says, you're down 14, young man. You can dunk on hang on the rim. It's fun, but overall tonight, Chanute's done a very good job against Easton Ewing.
Yes, they have, but no matter what the student section says, if we're at the other level.
If I was 6'7", I'd do that all the time,
absolutely. Too. And there's probably some poor guy in here with a camera that took a picture of poor Sean Williams being underneath that getting dunked on.
Nobody got a picture of that. I give Sean Williams all the credit in the world. He tried at least.
I would have let him fall on his face. I'd have just moved.
So 14-point lead for Chanute. 2:01 to play. Inbound goes to Larson Custer. Being guarded by Julian. Picks up his dribble, now gives to Williams. Williams on the far side, throws it back.
The hand grenade pass there.
Ooh, and lots of contact. As Cooper Smith goes hard into Parker Henson.
Are we going to get him with the intentional?
Oh, surely not.
Nope.
Cooper Smith. If Independence is his third personal foul. 2 shots for blue numbers number 31, Parker Henson.
Student section had to be calmed down a little bit by the administrators. That's fair. First free throw was missed.
Up there that want to jump right out on there.
Second free throw made by Henson. So 59-44. Minute 38 to play. Long three. That's missed. As Ewing gets the rebound, puts up the 2-point shot. It's missed. And Larson Custer going to come down with the rebound. He'll kick it over to Cam. Now back to Larson. He'll kick it up to Henson. Right through the hands of Parker Henson. Ball going to go back to Independence. So Hayden Smith going to bring it up the floor. Passes it all the way up to Birdie, who wisely doesn't shoot. Gives it in to Ewing, who backs down Erb.
Easton Ewing for the basket.
And Lars Custer over here gets it stripped, goes out of bounds. Ball will stay with Chanute.
A little late on the dive there out of bounds to try to save that.
It's all right. Inbound goes to Williams. Williams will just dribble around the group, crosses the timeline. He'll get it up to Lars Custer. He gets it up to Cam. Back to Sean Williams. Under a minute to play. Lars Custer now, as they'll get a reach on somebody, and Larson Custer going to go back to the line to shoot 2 more. It'll be Birdie this time, as that'll be his third.
To the line for 2.
As we're going to get 5 substitutions for Independence, as they'll officially wave the white flag. As it's number 10, Lucas Smith, number 24, Charlie Tucker, number 25, Jamison Jarnigan, number 13, Jimmy Unruh, and number 30, Max Puderbaugh. Checking in for Chanute, number 20, Jordan Duncan. Also number 33, Brax Peter, and number 35, Elliot Stevenson. Well, Lars Custer.
30, Max Buderball.
Lars Custer, the lone starter out there. You may ask yourself, why is there a starter on the floor? Chanute only had 4 guys on the bench.
Right.
So that's all they had. Jarnigan puts up the 3. That's off. Ball goes to Lars Custer. Custer crosses the timeline, and Independent's going to apply
a let any of the younger guys touch the ball.
a little bit of pressure, so Custer will have to do something with it. Gives off to Henson.
And number 35, Elliot Stevenson.
Henson now gives back to Lars Custer. Lars picks it up, gives off to Duncan, and Duncan won't have to do anything with it. And that's how this one will end. Final score, Chanute 60, Independence 46. And so a good night for the Chanute guys as they get back into the win column after a couple of bad losses, but nice to see them back in the win column. We're going to send it back to the studio for 3 minutes. When we come back, we'll have final game stats and an opportunity to talk with head coach Devin Crabtree. You're listening to Chanute Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. back here at Chanute High School. Or again, Chanute victorious tonight. Final score in this one.
60-46.
60. Oh, still on the board.
Attaboy. Good job.
Thank you. 60-46 as Chanute knocks off Independence, and a very emotional night here in Chanute, as it's been an emotional few days. And just want to give credit to the students, the staff that are here tonight following the game. We just saw, if you were watching on the live stream, you would have seen it. Everybody came together and just did a community prayer in honor of Nathan Cunningham, who again passed away in his sleep Saturday morning, and a huge loss to this community and to this school. But good to see everybody coming together in a way that can just bring everybody together. Just togetherness in a time like this is all you can ask for.
It's
support and everything like that. So, but here tonight in this game, again, Chanute knocking off Independence 60-46. Wasn't easy, as Independence coming to town with one of the best bigs. You could probably argue one of the best bigs in the state. But the problem is he doesn't have a lot of help. No disrespect to anybody else on the team, just not a lot of help out there.
No, not at all.
As it was a tough night for the visiting Independence Bulldogs, and Chanute, a good job. A lot of it from the outside shooting, and again the free throw line there in the fourth quarter, as they were able to seal away the victory here at home. And Jay, why don't you tell us how we got here?
All right. Well, tonight the Blue Comets were 17-24 from the free throw line tonight, shooting 71% from the line and 52% shooting from the field. Sean Williams had 9, Eric Erb 7, Larson
Custer.
Thank you, 19. His brother Cam
Custer
21, and Parker Henson had 4.
So they've been 20 and 20, I believe, 3 times this year.
Well,
20 and 19 tonight.
21 and 19, yeah.
Well, I mean 20 plus and 20
Well,
plus.
they averaged 20.
There you go.
How about that? On the Independent side, Cooper Smith had 5. Brecken Birdie, poor guy, he did have 4 points. Camden Julian had 13. Hayden Smith had 5, and Easton Ewing had 19 to pace them. Yeah, so you're right. He didn't have a lot of help. And
yeah, 13 in the second half. Correct. He just had 6 at halftime.
Yeah, he had 6 at half, yeah.
So finishing with 19. Ewing did everything he could to try to fight back in this one, but unfortunately just not enough, as Chanute just too much. And an argument to be made, I would say, that Independence, I wouldn't say they beat themselves, because Chanute did a great job tonight, but Independence not exactly smart there throughout the fourth quarter, as they're late, fouling early. Yeah, sorry, Jay didn't realize he gets kicked off the radio here. Is Coach going to come have a seat with us? Obviously, again, a big win tonight, and pleased to be joined by head coach Devin Crabtree. And Coach, didn't have a chance to talk to you Friday night, as that was a tough loss, but great to get a bounce-back win here at home tonight on an emotional night for everybody.
Yeah, excited, and for the guys, for everybody, for the community. It's fun to kind of get together and during tough times and talk about adversity. We've got it, and battled through it and did a good job of executing tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, been shorthanded for a couple of games now, and obviously, as you mentioned, a basketball game, especially at home, was probably the best thing that could have happened right now for this community. Is again just a tough weekend and everything.
Yeah.
And coming away with a win, the students over here, they're sitting, right on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And just the energy they brought tonight,
no doubt.
It fueled your team. You could just tell, and definitely a couple times Cam Custer hit a couple threes, and this crowd over here was having a good time for sure.
Yes, it was fun. It was really fun to hear those guys get going, and You know, they helped. There's no doubt about it. And hopefully we can keep that going and keep them excited and win some more games for them.
Yeah, probably the best crowd we've had of the season.
I mean, I would argue that it was the best one we've had since I've been here.
Obviously
last year.
Last year was kind of.
But since my first year, I don't remember one being quite as antsy and fired up, and so it's awesome to see.
Yeah, definitely a good crowd, and I'll argue that Independence they always bring a good crowd, and they bringing one of the better players in the league in. I'm sure there was some people in Chanute that wanted to see how you guys would handle that. Obviously, in Chanute, you guys were a little shorthanded tonight. Caden Seamster hadn't been available for a few games, and hopefully, knock on wood, we'll get him back next week.
Yeah, hope so.
That's the goal anyway. But it's been tough without him out here. But finally made those adjustments tonight, and obviously undersized against a guy like Ewing. But I believe we talked about it many times last year. The key to that is got to deny that entry pass.
Yeah, we're just trying to take them out of the game as best we can, and then they've been shooting it really well, and just try to flat shooters and make those guys make some plays off the bounce, and we just executed. And we put Eric on him, a lot smaller of a guy. Wanted to challenge him a little bit, but it comes down to everybody though, being on the backside and helping and doing what we need to do to try to make things tough for him, and then rebounded it really well. I think I haven't seen the stats, but I feel like we did.
Yeah, that was kind of a big question coming in because I was trying to think back to last year. I remember it was the game in Independence where you really Ewing was visibly frustrated in that game, and it was Caden Seamster that caused all the fits. So coming into this one, it was like, I don't know what they're going to do because the plan obviously would have been put Caden on him. But I thought, like you said, Eric did a really good job. There was a couple times where, sometimes it's just a perfect pass over the top, and no matter how high, whether it's Eric Erb or Cam Custer or Sean Williams, you can only jump so high to defend a 6'7" kid. And there's only so much you can do.
Right, and when you got kids like that, you got to give them the ball as much as you can, and that's what they try to do, and they do a good job. We just fortunately executed a little bit better than them tonight.
All right, Coach. Well, we talked about it a couple different times throughout the night. Obviously, Friday night's game has been postponed as I don't know if that was Parsons that was able to do that, but big thanks to them to free up that date. And it worked out having a mutual day in February.
Sure.
But we mentioned it a few times. If you're someone in the community, you want to come out Friday at 4 o'clock, they will have the celebration of life for Nathan Cunningham here at the gymnasium. The family has requested that if you come casual, wear your sweats, wear your shorts, wear your blue Comet gear, and come out here and honor Big Nate and support him and in honor of him. But, Coach, we won't see you again till next Thursday now.
Yeah.
As it will be the Ralph Miller Classic.
Wednesday, actually. We play Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday.
Yeah, we play Wednesday.
Not Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
No, it's round robin this year because we're only down to 6 teams. So it's going to be Wednesday. The tournament's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but we play Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Do you know your first matchup yet?
Bishop Miege.
Cool.
Yeah, get the number 1 team in the state coming over.
3. They got knocked down to 3.
Oh, come on.
Eudora's 1 now.
All right, well.
But,
whatever.
all right.
I'll
call
them number 1.
Yeah, well, we all know.
Yeah, but looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. I mean, what an opportunity we have in our hometown in Chanute to get some of the best players in the state in it every year, best teams in the state.
Yeah, I texted Chris Shields a couple days ago. I was like, hey, who's in the Ralph Miller this year? Like Bishop Miege, Andover Central, who's ranked 3rd in 5A.
Yeah.
Shawnee Mission South, who's ranked 6th in 6A.
Yep.
Carthage, Missouri, who's they're like 9-2 in Missouri.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, we better be ready to play.
And then Emporia, who they're always good.
Yeah, they're going to be good. Yeah, they're going to be good.
So should be a fun one, Coach. So Wednesday night next week. I glad I said something.
Yeah, now you know. And
I'd have been chilling at home, like, hey, there's a game tonight. Like,
4
all right.
nights. Just had to change it up with everything going on. It's been hard to get 8 teams to come.
Will there be the activities Saturday?
Dunk contest, a 3-point contest on Saturday, and a coach's free throw contest.
Is there a media dunk contest on 7.5-foot goals?
I wish, because
all right, well, then I guess I'm out.
Coach Wire would have a chance. Other than that, no, I don't think so.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the big win tonight. Always great to get a league win, and we will see you on Wednesday night against the Stags.
Yep, thanks, guys. Thanks for being here.
Yep, no problem, Coach. Again, that is head coach Devin Crabtree. Obviously excited after a big win, after an emotional weekend. And as he mentioned, basketball, one of the best things for this school, for this community, for these kids right now. As it's been a tough couple of days here in Chanute. again. So great to see these guys get together and play basketball. Jay, I don't know if you heard, but Chanute's next game, I know you were walking over there. Chanute's next game will be Ralph Miller. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday due to round robin. And they do know their opponent. It'll be Wednesday as they will host Bishop Miege, the officially number 3 team in the state. But, yeah, I mean.
I might miss that one.
Yeah, I'll be here. I'll have all the action. That'll be next Wednesday night.
Hey, if they shoot the ball as well as they did from the outside tonight, they have a chance.
Absolutely they have a chance. But Bishop Miege, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough draw in the first round. He did confirm, too, they'll have 3-point shootout, dunk contest, coaches free throw. There will not be any media dunk contest on 7.5-foot goals, so I'm out.
What?
Yeah,
I was going to come just for that.
That's all I was going to enter. So
Nobody
with that
wants to
not
see a
being
fat guy dunk?
available, no good for me. So with that being said, we're going to wrap it up here tonight. Big thanks to all of our sponsors. Without you guys, this would not be possible. Big thanks to Mark back in the studio. Appreciate you, man. Thank you to Jay for stepping in tonight, filling in for Caden.
Hey, no problem.
Hey, you did
Enjoyed
great tonight for your first basketball game. I thought you did a heck of a job. And for the last time, and as we'll sign off tonight, just do want to send our condolences to not only the family of Nathan Cunningham, but his friends, fellow students, fellow teammates, whether it was football, wrestling, fellow band members, to everybody that is losing a friend right now or a family member.
Right, absolutely.
To Big Nate, rest in peace, young man. You will be missed in the Chanute community. That's going to do it tonight from Chanute. You've been listening to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z 95.3.